Millard?
Here.
Slater?
Here.
Davenport?
Here.
Coogan?
Here.
Moskowitz?
Philadelphia, Lois Frieder.
Right. Here's the next one.
Yeah.
Somerville?
Atlanta, Georgia, Sally Rose Jones.
Now.
Right. That's amazing, Duke. How do you do that?
Very easy, Gomer. I just make sure I never give any of them the same perfume.
Pyle?
Here I am.
Spencer?
You.
Volkowitz?
Yeah.
Somerville?
Hey, you want to smell?
Gomer, that smells like gasoline.
It is. It's from Wally. Fella I used to work for at the filling station back home. You're so good at guessing. See if you can guess what this is. Regular or high octane?
Oppenheim? Yep. Mitchell? Ross?
Dear Gomer. That's the way he starts.
Gomer, read it yourself, will you, buddy?
Don't you want to hear Wally's letter?
Do I have to?
Well, he writes a real nice letter.
Okay, let's hear it.
Dear Gomer, enclosed you'll find some mail that was sent to you here at the filling station. Regards, Wally.
That's it?
Uh-huh. Ain't that nice? It's real short and to the point.
Yeah. You ought to save them. Put them in a book someday, you know? The Life and Letters of Gomer Pyle.
I can always tell when you're pulling my leg, Duke. You get an insincere look in your eyes. Hey, Duke, listen to this. Don't be a wallflower. Be the life of the party. Learn to dance. This ticket entitles you to one free lesson at the Plaza Dance Studio.
What good does that do you, Gomer? It's dance studios in Mayberry.
Ain't that a shame? A free dance lesson, I have to pass it up.
Well, you know how to dance, Gomer. I've seen you.
Yeah, but they got some new things out nowadays. You know them South American steps?
Well, if you're so anxious to learn, why don't you go to a dance studio here in town? There's one on Grant Street. I've passed it a lot of times.
I will, Duke, the very next Liberty.
Good. And when you become another Fred Astaire, don't forget your old buddy Duke.
You got that insincere look again.
Look, why don't you admit it? You made a mistake, so let's just pack up and get out of here.
I told you we're not leaving. This is one of the fastest growing towns in the country. I'm telling you, there's a lot of money here, and we can get some of it.
Well, when you do, give $75 of it to the landlord.
Was he here again?
Yeah, about 10 minutes before you came in.
$75 a month for this fire trap.
3 weeks I've been sitting here. 3 weeks just waiting for somebody to come through that door. Just one patsy.
Hey there.
Well, one of our fighting men in uniform. It's always nice to welcome one of our boys in service.
Are you Mr. Fay?
That's right, and this is Mrs. Fay. Our friends call us Fred and Ginger.
Well, hey, Fred. Hey, Ginger. My name's Gomer Pyle, Private Gomer Pyle, and I got this in the mail. I was just wondering if you people have a plan like that one there, and if you do, I'd like to get my free dance lesson here. I can dance some, but what I want to get a whack at is some of that South American stuff.
Well, as a matter of fact, we do have reciprocal agreements with other dance studios throughout the United States and Canada. Now, I'll check and see if the Plaza Dance Studio in Mayberry is listed. May I have the reciprocal agreement, Ginger?
Oh, the reciprocal agreement.
Thank you. Let's see here. Beep. Plaza Dance Studio, Mayberry. You're in luck, Gomer. We can give you the free dance lesson.
Well, I sure would be much obliged.
And there is no time like the present to start. Ginger, give Gomer his free lesson.
Oh, I'd love to.
Ain't I lucky? Imagine you folks having the same kind of plan they got back home. I hope I don't dance too bad for you.
Oh, I'll bet you'll be the best pupil I've had in weeks.
Oh, Ginger, may I speak to you for a second? Look, this clown could be our in at the Marine base.
Sweetie, leave it to me. Oh, yes, we'll start with the cha-cha-cha, but before we put the record on, let me just show you the basic counts, all right?
All right.
Now, you come right here. And we begin, and 1, 2, 3, cha-cha-cha, 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. 2, 3. Good, Gomer. 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. 2, 3, cha-cha-cha. 2, 3. Now keep your shoulders up. Cha-cha-cha, you can relax a little bit. And cha-cha-cha, 2, 3. Cha-cha-cha, 2, 3. Cha-cha-cha, 2, 3. You did just fine.
You mean the hour's up already?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it's been an hour and 15 minutes.
Boy, don't time fly when you're having fun.
Oh, that was just fine, Gomer. Fine.
Well, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your kindness. It was real nice of you to give me that free dance lesson. Thank you, Ginger.
Yes.
Thank you, Fred. It was a pleasure meeting both of you. Well, I expect I better be getting back now. So, bye.
Well, now, hold it. Wait a minute. What about your other lessons? You just can't quit after your first free one.
You mean I get more free lessons?
Well, no, only the first one is free, but that is given on the condition that you sign up for a full course.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Well, of course.
Otherwise, we'd just be in business to give free lessons.
And we'd like to do that because we enjoy our work, but we have to pay the rent. Now, you could take our minimum course, which is 10 lessons, for only $50.
$50?
Oh, well, it would be for your own good, Gomer. With only one lesson under your belt, you'd be a menace on that dance floor.
Fred's right, Gomer. That would be like giving someone one driving lesson and then turning them loose on the highway.
Yeah, but $50.
Well, now, I said you could take that course, but I wouldn't advise it for you. No, I think you'd be better off with our 3-month plan. Now, that costs $100, but you have 3 months to pay, and that comes to just a little over $33 a month.
Well, that's a little better.
Maybe the 6-month plan would be even better than that, Fred. That's only $25 a month.
Well, actually, I think the 2-year plan would be cheaper, Ginger. That would come to just $20 a month.
You know, the 5-year plan would be even cheaper. After only one small down payment, Gomer, all you'd have to pay is $15 a month. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. I'm only a private, and we don't make much. Don't you have a serviceman's rate, maybe?
Well, I understand, Gomer, but why didn't I think of it? I have the perfect plan for you, tailor-made for the man with a small income. It's our cheapest course.
What's that?
I don't know why I didn't think of it. It's our lifetime plan.
Lifetime plan?
That's right. Now, our lifetime plan enables you to take as many lessons as you want, when you want them, at any one of our studios throughout the world.
Well, how much is that one?
Well, according to our mortality rates, a fellow your age on the lifetime plan would wind up paying an average of 8 cents a lesson.
Only 8 cents? Well, I sure ought to be able to afford 8 cents a lesson.
Oh, that's good. Now, if you'll just sign these contracts, both copies, please.
Lifetime contract, huh?
Good anywhere in the world.
Shazam. Cha-cha-cha. 3, 2, cha-cha-cha. Shoulders back, cha-cha-cha. Relax, cha-cha-cha. That's fine, Gomer. 3, 2, cha-cha-cha. 4, 2, cha-cha-cha. 2.
Pyle.
Oh, hey, Sergeant. I finished my noon chow early so I could come back and do this.
What do you think you're doing?
Practicing my cha-cha. Do you cha-cha?
Pyle, this is a Marine barracks, not a ballet school. Knock it off.
I'm sorry, Sergeant. I was just practicing so I'd be better for my next lesson.
You what?
My next lesson, I signed up for dancing lessons.
You signed up for what?
Dancing lessons over to Faye Dance Studio. They gave me this free lesson, and then I signed up for
You signed something? Did you sign a piece of paper?
I signed a...
Let me see what you signed. Let me see it. A lifetime contract?
They gave me a badge and everything.
How many times do I have to tell you, Pyle, you don't sign anything? Pyle, how many times do I have to tell you that Marines are easy prey for crooks and swindlers? These are con artists, and you have been conned.
Oh, no, Sergeant.
The minute you have to sign something, you can smell the swindle.
But, Sergeant, if I just...
Tonight, right after chow, you're going to take me over to that school. I'm going to meet these crumbs, and I'm going to get you out of this thing.
But I don't want to get out.
I'm going to get you out of it.
But, Sergeant...
Out, I'm going to get you out.
This is the place right here, but I don't really want to get out of it, Sergeant.
Now, Pyle, I'm doing this for your own good. You wait right here. I'll be right back.
Well, 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 one of our fighting men in uniform. It's always nice to welcome one of our boys in service. Can I help you, Sergeant?
You sure can. I'll say you can. One of my men was in here yesterday. Gomer Pyle. He tells me that... Gomer Pyle. He tells me that you people sold him a lifetime membership.
Fred, did you see the way he walked?
If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Walk toward us again.
Huh?
Just back up and walk toward us again. I want to see something. There. Now, come on. Come on. Amazing. A man so strong and so muscular, and he walks as softly as a cat.
Yeah, like a large cat.
Sergeant, dance a couple of steps for me.
What?
Oh, for me, please.
Well, maybe the sergeant is a little self-conscious with an audience. I've got some work to do in the back.
Shall we? Just like a cat. Like a big, graceful cat.
Hey, Sergeant, how did it go? Did you have any trouble?
Pyle, you don't understand anything, do you?
Huh?
You fool, you ought to have your head examined signing a lifetime contract for dancing lessons.
I'm sorry, Sergeant.
You should have taken the 5-year plan like I did.
Carter.
Yo!
Davenport.
Hey, I got a letter from the dance studio. They're writing to me like we was pen pals. You got one from them too, Sergeant.
Davenport. Here. Dugan. Here.
What?
What's the matter, Sergeant?
Well, it's a bill.
Muscovy.
A bill for $250.
You see, Sergeant, I told you not to take that 5-year plan. That's the one with the big down payment. You should have taken the lifetime plan like me. My bill's only $10 a month for life.
$250.
Hey, Sergeant! Wait a minute, now, thanks over there.
Relax, I'll lead, Gomer.
As soon as I learn how to lead, I'll be able to dance in any direction I want to.
Gomer's just about finished, Sergeant. Are you ready for your lesson today?
I'm not taking a lesson today.
You're not?
I'm not taking a lesson today or any other day.
Well, is something the matter, Sergeant?
You bet there is. This contract. I want out.
I sure am sorry, Sergeant. I thought we'd be kind of like classmates.
Well, can't you see what's going on here? This whole dance school is a swindle.
A swindle?
It's a racket. Nothing but a racket.
Well, how are our two-star pupils getting along?
Gomer's doing just fine, dear, but Sergeant Carter seems to have a problem.
Oh, something I can help you with, Sergeant?
Yeah, I'm quitting. I want to be let out of my contract.
The sergeant thinks he's being swindled.
Oh, well, this is hard to believe. Is this true, Sergeant?
That's right.
Well, Sergeant, I'm a reasonable man, and this is a respectable business. We don't believe in pressuring people. Now, if you don't want any more lessons, you don't have to take any more lessons.
I don't?
Of course not. If you don't want any, you don't have to take any.
Well, that's awfully decent of you.
Not at all.
Well, I guess I'll be going. Coming, Pyle?
Sure, Sergeant.
Oh, Sergeant, didn't you forget something?
Forgot something?
Yes, the first installment on your bill. $250.
But you said I didn't have to take the lessons.
That's right. You don't have to take the lessons. You just have to pay the bills.
What are you trying to do?
Now, look, buddy, we are not running a charity ball. You signed a contract. You're going to pay.
We'll see about that.
Well, you will.
I will not.
You want me to bring legal action?
Do you want me to bring legal action?
Listen, I'll pull your commanding
I don't
officer
care
on
who
you
you
about
are.
that.
Wait a minute. Now, I know that there's a way out of this. Mr. Fay, why don't you tear up the sergeant's contract like he wants you to? And, Sergeant, why don't you sign a new contract? A lifetime one like I got. It's only pennies a day.
Now, what can I do for you?
Well, sir, you see, I'm a sergeant, and I got a lot of men under me. And my job is not only teaching them how to be Marines, but I got to be like a buddy to them. Most of them are just young kids who've never been away from home before. And they get clipped by every kind of con game there is.
Yes, Sergeant, I know.
Well, I try to steer them clear of these crooks. But when these kids go into town, I can't keep my eye on every one of them.
Oh, I understand.
Well, there's this dance studio in town. Now, it's a clip joint if ever I saw one. They get these kids in there and make them sign their lives away for dancing lessons.
And one of your men signed a contract.
Yes, sir.
And you want me to help him get out of it?
Well, not really. He's happy with the lessons.
Well, then just what is it you want me to do?
Help me get out of mine.
You, Sergeant? You signed one of those contracts.
Well, yes, sir. Actually, I did it because I was trying to trap him. Yeah, that's it. I was trying to trap him.
Well, it seems your little scheme backfired. It looks like they trapped you.
Yeah, it looks like that.
You got the contract with you?
Yes, sir.
Fay Dance Studio. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it all seems in good order.
But I want out.
I'm afraid, Sergeant, there's nothing you can do. The contract is legal. You can't get out of it unless they let you out of it.
You mean I gotta pay all that money?
Yes. I'm sorry to say. As long as the dance studio provides the services they promise you in this contract, a suitable place, a qualified partner, made reasonably available to you, this contract is binding.
And there's nothing I can do?
Nothing. I do have one suggestion, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Buy yourself a pair of dancing shoes. You'll need them.
Laundry, $5.75. Insurance, $17.50. Company fund, $10. Allotment for mother, $50. Dancing lessons, $250.
Hey, Sergeant. You ain't very happy, are you, Sergeant?
No, I'm not.
Well, I sure wish there was something I could do to cheer you up. I feel like this whole thing's my fault.
I said forget it.
Maybe if you went and took a dancing lesson with me tonight, you'd feel better. Kind of lonesome there without you.
You miss me, huh?
Uh-huh. Not only me, but Fred and Ginger miss you, too.
I'll bet.
That's right. Fred said if you didn't come back to see him soon, he was going to ask the company commander if he couldn't come here and see you.
You said that?
That's right. It's just one thing I don't understand, Sergeant. If you've got to pay for them dancing lessons, how come you don't take them?
Look, if you're gonna take a dancing lesson tonight, go. Just leave me alone.
Hey, Sergeant, I got an idea.
Good, now go.
Now, wait a minute, listen. Why don't I scout around for somebody to take over your contract?
Swell. Why stop with one? Why stop with one? Why not get 2, 3, 4? Why not get the whole base to take dancing lessons?
Well, I don't know about that.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you hear what I just said? Look, you're going there for a dancing lesson tonight? Get a stack of those contracts. Lots and lots of contracts. Sign these contracts and hand them back. Just sign them and do as I tell you. Pass the rest of these out down there.
What's this all about? Who wants dance lessons anyway?
Just sign the contract. Sign it.
Yeah, but why do we have to go?
Don't ask so many questions. Sign it. Sign it.
But I still don't see why...
Sign it. Sign it.
Sergeant, I can't tell you how happy I feel. But what did you change your mind about my place for and bring me all the business?
Well, Fred, do you mind if I call you Fred?
Please.
Well, Fred, I got to thinking it's not such a bad deal after all. I mean, dancing is exercise. It could be good for the man.
It's wonderful,
When we gonna get to do our tango?
Go, man. Go, go, go.
Out this minuet and put on some steam, baby.
When are we gonna get to do our tango? We ain't done our tango yet.
Oh, I quit! I quit!
You can't quit. You can't quit. We got contracts, right, fellas?
Oh, well, just see about that! Contract my foot.
Ginger, what are you doing?
She's turned up our
I
contract.
quit!
Yeah, how about that?
Quit!
She didn't get mine. She still owes me a tango.
You're a free man, Pyle. You're free, I'm free. She tore up my contract.
We still never did get to tango. Okay, Duke, close your eyes. Here's the first one.
Here. Coogan. Here. Moskowitz.
Forget it, Gomer. I got so overheated dancing last night I caught a cold.
Sutter.
Right here. Well, at least I know it's not a bill from a dance studio.
Okay. Yeah. Somerville. Here. Bell. Watson.
How about that? It's a bill from a lawyer for $100.
Gotcha.
Did you sign up for some law lessons, Sergeant?
Why not?
Hey, Sergeant. I was just passing by outside and I looked in the window and I said to myself, that looks like Sergeant Carter. And you know what?
What?
It was you.
Sit down, Pyle.
You really want me to?
Why not?
I was on my way back to the base. I just seen a fine double feature. Both of them was ice skating pictures with that Vera Haruba Ralston. You know, I wished I could see more of her pictures. She acts real good.
Vera,
I was on my way back to the bus, and I looked in the window and I said to myself,
you know something, Pyle?
"What, Sergeant?"
That's the story of our lives. Old movies, a cup of coffee and a joint like this, and then back to the base.
Yeah. And I sure do love it, too.
Wait till you've been in 14 years. Wait till the glamour's worn off and the shine on the brass buttons. Wait till you see the fellas in the pinstripe suits getting all the girls.
Well, I don't know any girl that wouldn't be proud to go out with you, Sergeant.
Well, I do. Tonight I had a date with a beast. A beast. I hated myself for it. And she stood me up.
Good thing I come along, huh?
It ain't me, Pyle. It's the uniform. Women go for the big spenders. The insurance salesmen, the druggists, the butchers.
Oh, you're wrong, Sergeant. Well, I know
I'm
girls-
right, and I had it up to here. Pyle, I'm getting out.
Do you feel all right, Sergeant?
My enlistment's up in 3 days, and I'm not signing on again. That's it, period. No more Marines, through.
Well, you just plain can't do that, Sergeant.
Can't I? Pyle, I've had an offer. The Anaheim Police Department, motorcycle officer. Of course, it's just a 3-wheeler at first, but I can work my way up. And nobody, Pyle, nobody stands up a motorcycle officer.
Sorry, Sergeant, but the men ain't gonna stand for that.
What, man? Platoon? That bunch of goof-offs. You think they care?
Well, Sergeant, you've been with us ever since boot camp. I don't know how we'd get along without you.
Ah, come on. I'm just a loud voice that yells at you. That's all.
You come on back to the base with me, Sergeant, and I'll prove you're wrong. Wait till the men here. You will see.
And they want me to stay? Knock it off.
Come on. Let me prove it to you. Come on back with me.
Oh, go on.
Come on, Sergeant, please. Just let me show you how the news that you're gonna leave's gonna affect them.
Well,
I'll prove it. Do you remember what you said back when we was just recruits? How you was gonna be our mama and our daddy? Why, you're one of the family. You can't leave us. The men would feel terrible. Now, you wait right here, Sergeant, till I tell them, and you're gonna hear how bad they gonna feel about it.
look, Pyle, wait until morning. They're all asleep.
No, Sergeant, they'd never forgive me. Now, you just hold the door open right here. Hey, everybody. Fellas. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have something really important to tell you. Some mighty sad news. You know, Sergeant Carter's enlistment's up in 3 days, and well, he says he's gonna quit us and go back to civilian life.
Knock it off! So you're glad to be rid of me, huh? Well, not half as glad as I am to stop playing nursemaid to a bunch of runny-nosed civilians in Marine uniforms. So laugh it up, you clowns. But the last laugh goes to me, ex-Sergeant Carter. Ha! One of the family, you knucklehead.
Hey, Gomer, what's the idea? What was that, a gag?
I'm sorry, fellers. I was in town and I run into Sergeant Carter, and he was feeling so low, and he said how he wasn't going to re-enlist again. And I told him, you all sure would be sorry to hear about that. And he said he didn't believe me. And I said I'd prove it. And he said I was wrong. And I said, come on. And we did, and I was. Wrong, I mean.
And each time you go down there, I want to see you eat that dirt. Let me know you've been there. And when we finish this, I'll think of something else.
We could get a sergeant like that.
Well, Carter made you do push-ups.
Yeah, well, what it is we're used to him. I mean, you can get used to anything. You know, floods, tornadoes, volcanoes. You can live with him. This particular eruption of ours, we're used to him.
Who knows what the next one's going to be like?
Yeah, that's just it. That's what worries me. That's an awful thing to live with, the fear of the unknown.
Sure is. Back home, we had this bottomless lake, you know, and wouldn't nobody go in swimming in it on account of it was bottomless. Well, one summer, we didn't have much rain, and it dried up. It wasn't more than 8 feet deep, I found out.
What does that prove?
Well, it just seemed to sort of fit in.
The way we got to look at this thing. He's a monster, but at least he's our monster. Who knows what we'd get next?
Yeah, we gotta keep him. We have to find a way to keep him.
I kept telling you fellers that.
So how do we change his mind?
I don't see how he can leave us with us needing him like we do.
Maybe we just kind of goof up a little, you know?
Yeah, like we still needed him around for everything.
Yeah, for drilling or whatever.
Hey, that's a good idea, Duke. Real good.
Yeah. If we goof, he'll have to stay on because he wouldn't want to turn over a fouled-up platoon to some new sergeant.
Hey, that's real good, Duke. How you think of things like that?
All right, secure that gear and fall into the rear of the barracks. That's all of you. Let's move it.
All right, you guys got the picture? Operation Foul-Up. Let's try it and see. Let's spread the word. Hey, you guys!
Get in step, get in step. Squad, halt! Wow. All of a sudden, my brave little band can't even march. You need a refresher in close order drill? Well, do ya?
Yes, sir, Sergeant.
I can't hear you. Yes, Sergeant. Yeah.
Yes, Sergeant.
Knock it off! You're in attention! All right, you people need close order drill. I'll drill you till your tongues hang out. Forward! Hard! Right flag! Hard! To the right flag! Hard! Get in step! Get in step! Get in step! To the rear! Hard! At your word! Forward! Head! Well, well, well.
Sure looks like we need some more drilling, Sergeant. Sure looks like it. I know I need some more. Couldn't you use some?
Knock it off! Now you hear this, you knuckleheads. I'm gonna be with you 2 more days, just 2 days. I wish I could get out today, but I can't. And I'll tell you something else. I would hate to be the sergeant taking over this broken down, miserable, fouled up, no good excuse for a platoon. This has.
Okay. Operation Foul-Up didn't work.
I still think it was a good idea, Duke.
Yeah, but it didn't work, Gomer. It backfired. Now what we got to do is use the lessons the sergeant taught us. Analyze our opponent, probe for his weak point, and then attack.
How you think all them things to say, Duke? You know what, you're a leader.
Yeah.
What is the sergeant's weak point?
He ain't got none.
Oh, yes, he does. And you know what it is? Women. And what's more apt to build up his morale and make him sign up again than a real gorgeous chick right here on the base that's crazy about him?
Well, do you have anyone in mind?
Yep. That new gorgeous gal that's working in administration.
Gee, I don't know. She looks pretty frosty.
She was real warm to me.
You asked her for a date, Gomer?
No, for some manila envelopes for the morning reports.
You better think of something else.
No. We don't have time. Now, this chick is a Marine. With a few variations, but a Marine. Now, would a Marine allow the Corps to lose a man like Sergeant Carter when it's just a matter of going out with him for one night?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
You want me to go out with that wolf? Look, I happen to be going steady with a gunnery sergeant who wouldn't appreciate my dating Vince Carter at all. So it's out.
Is he here on the base?
He's on a convoy, but he'll be back tomorrow.
Perfect, no problem.
Except I won't do it.
Sally, when you were a little girl, didn't you ever want to be a nurse?
Well, I don't know why.
Well, now your chance has come. You're a nurse helping a sick man. A man with a high fever get through his hour of crisis. It's the re-enlistment fever. Pull him through the night and he'll be saved to the Marine Corps. And Sally, you'll have our undying gratitude.
Why, I never heard nothing so well said in all my put-togethers.
Well, I don't know.
Come on, Sally. We'll stick real close.
Well, if you stick so close, we're never really alone.
Sure, we'll kind of watch from a distance. And you're not committing yourself to anything. It's one date.
One date, but you stick real close because what other girls have told me about Sergeant Carter.
Lies, lies, all lies.
He's a fine man, Sergeant Carter. He's got an honest, trusting face.
I told you I had plans.
See, fellas, didn't I tell you Sergeant would have big plans his last night as a Marine?
I guess we should have known, that's all.
There's something else you should have known. I wouldn't go out with you donkeys if I had nothing else to do, which I had.
Well, we weren't asking you to go out with us, Sergeant.
Well, it makes no difference, of course, since he has plans. Gee, I kind of hate to go back and tell her the bad news.
Her? Who? Who's her?
Well, you got plans. Come on, fellas.
Who are you talking about?
She's new here on the base, Sergeant. She's real pretty, though, real pretty. She knows all about you. She even said that you...
She's shy, Sarge, very shy.
Who's she?
Well, since you're busy, I just don't think it's fair to her to say. Come on, fellas, let's go over to Major Steele's office and tell her.
Major Steele's office? Not that new girl who works for Major Steele.
Yeah, ain't she pretty, Sergeant?
A bunch of wise guys, huh? I couldn't even get that girl to say hello to me.
Well, there you are, Sarge. She's shy, very shy.
Ah, come off it.
Your masculinity frightened her.
Yeah, Sergeant, and you got a lot of that. Masculinity, I mean.
Well, nah, I couldn't be.
Ah, look, why argue? Sensational girl flips and he's not interested. Come on, fellas.
Wait a minute, will you? Look, if this is on the level, I could change my plans.
Sergeant Carter, you are a kind man.
We'll go tell her, Sarge.
Yeah, as soon as I grab a shower and a shave, I'll be right there, huh? Where'd I meet her?
At the Enlisted Men's Club.
I'll be right there.
Yeah, but go easy with her, Sarge. She's very shy.
Sure.
I sure hope you'll go through this, Sergeant. She sure is counting on it.
Sally, I think you know Sergeant Carter. Sergeant Carter, this is Corporal Sally Peters.
How do you do, Sergeant?
Hello? Why don't you make it, Vince?
You two should get along real good together. Both of you being Marines.
I'll see you guys. Well, Sally, where would you like to go?
Well, the Green Light is a good place to eat and dance. Why don't we go to the Green Light? Okay, Sergeant?
Vince.
I don't know. I just don't feel the same way about a civilian as I do about a Marine. You know what I mean, huh, Vince?
Say that again.
The whole thing?
Just Vince.
Well, so far, so good. Hey, we don't have to just stand here. Let's scout some of this action, Larry. Gomer, keep your eye on the Sarge, okay? Okay, buddy. Come on.
Because I think the Marine Corps is the finest career for a man there is. Don't you? Excuse me. I'd like to go powder my nose.
Oh, sure.
Hey, Sergeant.
Pyle, what are you doing here?
Oh, I just happened to stop in for a bite to eat. How's it going?
Fine.
She's a nice lady Marine, ain't she? She likes you, huh?
What? Oh, yeah. Well, I'll see you, Pyle.
Right.
Look, I got a great deal for you. There's a triple feature playing down the street.
No.
Yeah. A John Hall Maria Montez festival. How about it?
They take off their parts real good.
Why don't you catch it, huh? I mean, you don't want to hang around here all the time, do you? You can see me every day, right?
Up until tomorrow when you join the Anaheim Police.
Well, I'm not too sure about that. Sally and I just met, but...
You mean you're gonna sign on again, Sergeant? Why, that's just about the best news a fella ever heard.
Listen, Pyle, I'm starting to get someplace with this shy little dish, and if I could just be alone with her for a minute. You know what I mean, Gomer? Go now.
Okay, Sergeant.
Here she comes. I'm gonna dance with her. Just be gone when I get back.
Right.
Well...
Hi, Sally.
Hello.
Hi, Sergeant.
Nice little party you got going on here.
Ain't it though? It's real nice.
Real operator, your friend.
Oh, girls just go out of their mind over him.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
I thought she was going steady.
She is, but he won't be back till tomorrow.
Thanks.
Sorry if I got back too soon.
Oh, this isn't what you think
Oh,
it
well,
is.
that's good. What is it?
Well, I'll have to tell you later.
Who is this joker, baby?
Got a message for you, lover boy.
Hank!
Oh, come on. I got a lot to say to you.
What was that all about?
That must be the fella she's going steady with, wouldn't you say?
Gomer!
She's going steady?
Well, she did mention it when we asked her to go out with you.
A bunch of jokers, huh? You set this all up just to see me get clobbered, is that it?
Why, we never. But it worked out good with you deciding to re-enlist again.
Me spend another 3 years with you, jokers? Are you kidding?
You mean you changed your mind again? You gonna quit us?
As of 12 o'clock tomorrow, if you ever want to see me again, come to Anaheim. I'll give you a parking ticket.
Fellas, I really think he means it this time.
Huh. Not bad, huh?
Sharp. Real sharp.
Well, Cuccinelli, now it's just a matter of the clock. In exactly 4 minutes, I will be out of the Marine Corps.
Your watch is slow. You're already out.
Yeah?
How's it feel?
Good. Real good.
Sure.
I'm really out, huh? Hey, here. Why'd you take my dress blues, huh?
You keep them, Vince. You know, if you should change your mind, you still got 24 hours to sign up again.
I'm not changing my mind. I've had it.
Sure. Sure, Vince, sure. But just in case. You saying goodbye to your platoon?
Why should I?
Well, I'll expect it. Go on.
After what they did to me?
Vince. Okay, you're getting out. You're getting out, but do it with class. You don't just walk away from your men.
Yeah. Maybe you're right. It'll be a pleasure to say goodbye to those meatheads.
They're waiting for you. Go ahead.
You just wait. He still may change his mind. I know Sergeant Carter. He wouldn't quit us, no, sir.
Gomer, he walked. Face it. Who needs him?
Hey, it's Sergeant Carter. Hi, Sergeant.
What are you yelling about, Gomer? All I see is a civilian.
Well, boys, this is it. I just came to say goodbye. In spite of everything,
In spite of what? You wanted to quit, so you quit.
I have every right.
Sure. He's doing the patriotic thing, fellas. By chalking tires at Anaheim, he's releasing an able-bodied woman for duty with the Marine Corps.
All right, wise guys, you will treat me with respect.
I think you're overparked.
That's a real nice jacket, Sergeant.
Now, look, if you think
I can't hear you.
I said if you think I...
All together, fellas.
I can hear
you. Sure am gonna miss him. Why, he went all the way through boot camp infantry training with us. Sure gonna miss him.
Well, don't you understand, Gomer? We didn't quit him, he quit us.
All right, listen up.
Knock it off, civilian.
I said listen up. When your platoon sergeant enters the barracks, you will give him your immediate and silent attention.
There's just one little mistake there, buddy. You are not a sergeant. In 14 more years at Anaheim, you might work your way back up to a corporal. But as of now, you're just a man with a fat neck and a red face and a funny jacket.
I like that jacket, Sergeant.
Pyle. Can you read, Pyle?
I can read real good. Not fast, but good.
Well, read this.
Ten Hut! He re-enlisted. The sergeant, he re-enlisted.
Huh?
On your feet! All right. You know what it's gonna be like around here? Well, I will tell you. Just picture everything that has gone before as a little pink tea party with lady fingers. But from now on, you are going to shape up. And the man with the fat neck and the red face and the funny jacket is gonna be on your back every minute of every day. Before I'm through with you, what are you grinning about, Pyle?
Sure seems like old times, don't it, Sergeant?
Wipe that smile off your face.
Yes, sir.
All of you, wipe them smiles off your faces. Do you hear me? I said wipe them off. The platoon is going to shape up. I will have order here.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hello, Pyle.
I was passing by outside there, and I looked in the window, and I said to myself, that looks like Sergeant Carter. And you know what?
It was me.
Yeah.
You headed back to the base?
Yeah, but I can sit with you for a minute.
Oh.
This really is kind of a lonely life. That's the reason I admire you so much for signing on again. That's the reason I wanted to say to you that...
20 minutes, baby?
That's the reason I wanted to say to you. Did Sally introduce you?
Sally? What's she got to do with it?
Well, I knew how bad she felt about what happened, and with her being spoken for and all, I just thought that she...
I can operate on my own, Pyle. What's this girl got to do with Sally?
Nothing. But Hank, that big sergeant that took that punch at you, that's his little sister.
Come on, lunge. Go for the midsection. Go for the head. Head, hard. Give it everything you got. That's it. Now move in for the kill. Slash. You got a man in your hand. That's it.
I'm sorry, Duke. I had to do it. You was off balance. That's why. Did I hurt your thumb, Duke? I'll get you a bandage for it later.
What do you think you're doing? Did I hurt your thumb, Duke? What are you, Nurse Pyle or Private Gomer Pyle, U.S.M.C.?
Hey, Sergeant. You see,
You don't have to tell me what I see, Pyle. I know what I see. You were playing patty cake when you should be at his throat. He's the enemy.
Duke? You see, Sergeant, that's just the trouble. I can't hardly think of Duke as nothing but my friend.
Well, suppose instead of thinking of Duke, you're seeing me.
Well, I think of you as my friend, too.
Come on, Pyle. Kill me.
I just couldn't hardly do that, Sergeant.
Simulate. It's for your own good, Pyle. It's your life or the other fella's.
Depends on who the other fella is, Sergeant.
He's the enemy. Get it? The enemy. This ain't sportsmanship. You don't ask questions. You got two weapons in your hand. A blade for slashing and stabbing, a club for pounding and smashing. Now come at me, Pyle, with a slash. Come on. And when you do, let's hear it. With each stroke, give a holler. Now, come on.
Ah!
Ah? You couldn't scare a bunny rabbit with that. What's the matter with you knuckleheads? You learned all this in boot camp. Now, all of you, listen up. In 1 week from today, we come up against another platoon. It's going to be an exercise in bayonet warfare. Each one of you will be graded and scored. I expect every man in this outfit to beat his opponent. I expect this platoon to win that little contest. Now, you are not going to disappoint your sergeant, are you?
No, Sergeant.
Every day until that exercise, I want you to work, I want you to practice, I want you to think bayonet. Is that clear?
Aye, Sergeant.
And I want you to work on that yell. Now let me hear it. Ah! I can hear you. Ah! Work on that. Dismissed.
Hey, Sergeant,
What do you want?
I'm gonna really practice my bayoneting. Really am.
Wonderful.
So when I come up against a for real opponent, I'll do real good. It's just that whenever I'm fighting with a buddy, I can't seem to think of him as an enemy. Ain't that funny?
Very funny. Ah.
Oh, I don't mean funny. I mean funny peculiar. Not the kind of funny that you laugh at, the kind of funny that makes you go, you know?
Yeah.
So don't you worry about me. I'm gonna practice my slashing and my jabbing. I'm gonna be a fighting fool, you'll see.
Well, you're halfway there.
Halfway there? Oh, you mean that the fighting part's not there yet, but the fool part is. That's what I call funny. Funny!
No, the answer is no, Duke. Now just lay off.
Why, she's a good-looking girl and she's beautiful. Just beautiful.
Swear on your honor.
Come on.
Swear.
Why should I? She could have been in an accident since I saw her.
Yeah, face it, Duke. She's a dog.
She's beautiful.
Swear.
Come on, Larry.
Well, what do you need me for anyway?
She's my girl's best friend, and my girl won't go anywhere without her.
Negative, buddy. The answer's negative. Now just find yourself another patsy.
Hi, Gome. Got any plans for today, buddy?
I was just studying this booklet here, things to do in town over the weekend, and there's so many interesting things. Look here under family fun. There's fly casting off the city pier, and there's a wax museum of famous Indians, and there's a guided tour through Babylon Cemetery with an organ recital. There's so many things, I just don't know what to do.
Well, listen. How'd you like to go along with me today?
What you gonna do?
Well, I got a date with this girl, see? And she's got a friend. And the friend is beautiful. Just beautiful.
Make him swear.
How about it, Gome?
Well, what are we gonna do, these two girls and us?
Well, I thought we'd go somewhere and have a couple of beers.
And?
And maybe later, go somewhere and do some dancing.
And?
And then afterwards, maybe go down to the beach, take a walk in the moonlight, huh?
And?
Forget it.
Share it now, share it. Let's not have one greedy when the others get none. That's all we got. Clean out now, see? Shazam.
man, that's a beaut. As true as a plum. That's a perfect ringer.
Well...
I didn't know they had horseshoe courts in this town, did you?
No.
I guess this place is civilized after all.
Yeah. Hey, you care to pitch a few?
Why not?
21 point?
Yes, sir.
5 points for a ringer, 3 for a leaner, and 1 closest shoe.
You're the host. You make the rules.
Closest one to the stop goes first, okay?
Okay.
1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to make ready, and here I go.
Stand back, man. Here comes the champ of Rip Shin Ridge. I think I got you.
Did you say Rip Shin Ridge?
That's what I said, Rip Shin Ridge.
North Carolina?
Where I come from, we don't recognize no other Carolina. And there's only one Rip Shin Ridge. That's where I come from, a Tar Heel out of Rip Shin Ridge.
Did you ever hear of Mayberry?
Ever hear of it? You mean that little bitty place on the other side of Pogie Mountain?
It ain't that little. I can spit the distance Rip Shin Ridge.
Why, when I was a young'un, I used to do 1 hop, skip, and a jump through Mayberry.
Rip Shin Ridge, are you really from there?
I am.
You ain't.
I am, too.
Go on.
Really?
What'd you say your name was?
I didn't say.
Guess that's the reason I don't know it.
The name's Branch.
Mine's Gomer.
Hey, Gomer.
Hey, Branch. Hey, it's a small world, Branch.
It's all them small towns put together that makes it a big world.
That's a smart remark, Branch.
I thought so, too.
What platoon are you with?
1st Platoon, Company D, Sergeant Novak.
You must be clean over to the other end of the bay.
Yeah.
Golly. Ain't this a small Marine Corps?
It's all them small platoons put together that makes it a big Marine Corps.
That's another smart remark, Branch.
Right.
Just think, you and me running into each other.
Fate don't ask questions. She just happens.
That's another smart remark, Branch. You're just full of them, ain't you?
I am.
I sure enjoy pitching horseshoes, don't you?
It's a clean sport and it's a healthy sport. And that's an unbeatable combination. Well, that may not be a smart remark, but it's true.
Yeah. I sure wish that exercise next week was horseshoes instead of bayonets.
Huh?
That there exercise next week, you know, that bayonet warfare, I wished it was horseshoes.
You having trouble with bayonet drill?
Some. Are you good at it?
Not bad. What's your problem?
Well, I know all the moves. I just find it kind of hard practicing, you know, fighting with a buddy.
You got to, though. Here. I'll pretend I'm the enemy. You look into my eyes. What do you see?
Fella Tar Heel.
Oh, Gomer, you got to pretend. Get a mean look on your face. You know, like they showed you back at boot camp. That's it. Good. Now, make believe you got a bayonet in your hand and lunge at me. Come on. That's good, but don't forget the yell that goes with it. Come lunge at me again. Come on. Ha! That's good. Now, like we're fighting at each other.
All right, break it up. If you guys want to fight, do it back at the base, not in a public park. Beat it.
Well, who's fighting?
We wasn't fighting, officer.
We fight our country's battles. We don't fight our countrymen.
Now, that's the best remark you made all day, Brian. Hey, you find it yet, Brian?
Yeah, here it is. There's the Pogie Mountain. And look here. There's thick britches.
I remember that place. That's just a hoot and a holler from Mayberry. Aunt Columbia Phillips used to live over there. And I can still recollect her fried chicken and bowls of mustard greens.
Scupperdine jelly with hot biscuits and churned butter.
Fried catfish and hush pudding.
Boiled possum and black-eyed peas.
Turnip greens and rutabagas.
Banana pudding.
Banana pudding with vanilla wafers.
And wash the whole thing down with an ice-cold glass of buttermilk.
Oh, boy, that's the best, ain't it?
Anything.
Hey, let's say it again.
No, it makes me too hungry and homesick.
Golly, Branch, ain't this been some kind of a day you and me running into each other and talking back home talk? There ain't one fella in the platoon that I can pitch horseshoes with and talk Carolina talk.
Yeah, same in my platoon.
I got lots of buddies, but there ain't nothing like a back home buddy, I guess.
Nothing at all. I welcome all men, but give me that face from my native land.
Did you just make that up?
This minute.
Not only do you make smart remarks, Branch, but you make them with feeling.
Well.
Here's to you, new buddy.
New buddies, old buddies. Friendship is our aim.
I ain't even gonna compete with you. Hey, Sergeant. Come over here a minute. Sergeant, say hey to Branch. He's a brand new buddy. Would you believe it? We live just a few miles apart back home, but we never met. Took the Marine Corps to get us together.
Life is a series of meetings, Sergeant. We never know the time or place. We're just there.
That's a real smart remark. Branch is just full of real smart remarks, Sergeant. Say another one. Do that one about old buddies and new buddies.
Oh.
Pyle, instead of sitting around here yakking, you ought to be back in your quarters practicing your bayonet drill.
Oh, don't worry about that, Sergeant. Branch here gave me a few pointers just this afternoon. I'll do fine, you'll see.
Yeah? Well, I'll be watching you, Pyle.
He's a real nice feller, Sergeant Carter. He don't grin much, though, but that's on account of his mind's always on his work. What's the matter, Branch?
What'd your sergeant just call you?
Huh?
What name he used for you just now?
Well, he calls me lots of names, but in the company, he calls me Pyle.
Pyle? Your last name Pyle?
That's my name, Gomer Pyle. What you getting so serious about?
You know what my name is?
It's Branch.
Right. Branch Eversole. Eversole. The Eversoles of Ripshin Ridge. What does that mean to you? Gomer, the Pyles of Mayberry and the Eversoles of Ripshin Ridge is feuding. Your family and my family have been feuding for over 75 years.
Well...
Pyle, you and me is blood enemies.
Are you sure? Are you sure it ain't just some little misunderstanding that's been blowed up?
Feuding.
Are you sure it's our two families? There's lots of Pyles down south. Why, it could be any...
Feuding. What was your great-granddaddy's name, huh? Was it Cedric Pyle?
Yeah, great-granddaddy Cedric. But it could have been another one. There could have been lots of Cedric Pyle.
I don't think so, not in Mayberry.
Gosh, I sure am sorry to hear about this, Branch. But for heck's sake, that ain't got nothing to do with us. That was our great-granddaddies. You and me's buddies.
No, we ain't. The feuds of the fathers and the grandfathers should be visited upon the children.
That's the first remark you made all day. It wasn't smart.
I don't aim to be smart now, just loyal to my ancestors.
Do you mean that me and you can't be buddies no more? We can't pitch horseshoes and talk food and study our North Carolina map? We can't do that no more? What are we gonna do?
I know. I'll call up my daddy long distance.
Yeah.
Call up my daddy long distance. He'll tell me what to do. I'll say, Daddy, I met a Pyle. What do I do?
Yeah, that's a real good idea, Branch. Maybe that feud was set a long time ago. That's a real good idea.
Don't touch me.
Huh?
Don't touch me till my daddy tells me what to do. How much more you need?
You need some more change, Branch?
What? Another 30 cents? Hold on.
Here's some change.
You put them in. They're Pyle coins. I can't touch them. Got it all now? Good. She's connecting me.
Golly, I sure...
Shh, I'm connected. Hello? Hello, who's this? Sister? This here's your brother Branch, sister. No, I'm not at the bus depot. I'm here at the Marine base. No, ain't nothing the matter. Let me talk to Daddy. What? Of course I'm all right. Let me talk to Daddy. Ain't nothing wrong. Let me talk to Daddy. I ain't in the hospital. Now let me talk to Daddy. Here.
Baby sister worried about you?
She's 47. Hello, that you, Daddy? This here's Branch. No, I ain't in any trouble. There's something I got to ask you, Daddy.
What'd he say, Branch? What'd he say?
He says I have to kill you.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Gomer.
Have you been thinking about last night?
I've been thinking.
What you gonna do?
I don't know, Gomer. I don't want to kill you.
Hey, Brian, I got an idea.
Yeah?
We're both a long ways from home. Why don't we put one of them obituaries in the newspapers and send it to your daddy, and maybe that'd satisfy him.
What are you talking about?
Well, we put it in the newspaper to read. Gomer Pyle, U.S.M.C. Taken from us in the prime of his life. He will always be remembered on account of he loved little children and animals and old people and old automobiles.
Well, I don't know.
What's the matter with it?
Well, I don't know, Gomer. Daddy might get to gloating over it and spreading it around. Next thing, some kin of yours want to know what happened and where you's buried. Could lead to a lot of fussing.
Yeah.
Besides, I'd be telling the untruth to my daddy.
That's right. You'd be lying about a killing that you didn't do, and that's bad.
Yeah. Boy, Gomer, I just wish you'd go ahead and kill me.
Huh?
Well, somebody's got to kill somebody in this dang feud.
Well, I don't want any part of it. I ain't killing nobody.
Well, do you want me to kill you?
Would you want me to kill you?
Well, don't you understand, Gomer? Daddy says I have to kill you.
No, you don't. You don't have to kill nobody.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I have to kill
All right,
No,
all right.
sir.
I told you guys yesterday you want to fight, do it back on the base. Now beat it.
Kill, kill, kill! You ain't gonna kill me! You ain't gonna kill me! You ain't gonna kill nobody!
Gomer!
No, you ain't gonna let you kill me! No!
Gomer, what's the matter, buddy? You have a nightmare?
Huh?
What'd you have for dinner? Lobster?
I'm sorry, fellers. I must have been dreaming.
I'll take care of him.
Wow, take it easy.
I had a nightmare here, buddy. I had something funny for dinner. You'll be okay.
And it took a couple of guys to hold him down and get him back into his bunk again. He was wild. I'm telling you, Sarge, he was wild.
It happened. It finally happened.
What finally happened?
I made a killer out of Gomer Pyle. I finally got through to him. I've been pushing him to take his bayonet drill seriously. I can't fight a buddy. I can't fight a buddy. That was his excuse. Now, something must have snapped. Something must have happened, and he began to see it in its true light. He began to think about it, and think about it. Then he began to dream about it, and now he's raring to go, a killer. In just a few seconds, we'll have the final round in these bayonet attacks. Now, I don't know what squad you'll be up against, but don't think of them as Marines, think of them as the enemy. Don't hesitate, you gotta be fast, move in for the kill. Now, I'm depending on you. Here come the victims. Straighten them up. On your toes, men. Go get him, Tiger. One, two. Hit, hit.
Eddie, this is a contest in attacking movements, and you will be scored. A score is made when a solid blow is delivered to the head, the neck, or the midsection. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The umpires will make the decisions, and the losers will be tagged accordingly. Sergeant, line up your squads. Combat positions.
First four-man attack position.
First four-man attack position. On guard. Fall out.
Second four-man attack position.
Next four-man attack position. On guard.
Hey, Brain, would your daddy be satisfied if you kill me?
Huh?
You see them tags down there marked killed?
Yeah.
Well, if you beat me, they'll tag me.
Yeah.
That way you can call your daddy and tell him you killed me.
Yeah.
That way I wouldn't be killed as long as I'm killed.
What happened to you, Pyle?
Well...
You look like you had him.
Right, Sergeant, but I just...
You had him. What happened? You blew it, Pyle. You blew it. What are you smiling about? You blew your match and you're smiling. Why? Why, huh? Why, huh?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain, but for a kill man, I sure do feel happy.
Hello? Who's this? Sister? Sister, how come you always answer the phone? This here's your brother Brant, sister. No, I ain't at the bus depot. I'm here at the Marine base. Let me talk to Daddy. No, I ain't in jail. Let me talk to Daddy. Everything's fine. Now let me talk to Daddy. Hello, Daddy. This here's Branch. I got some big news for you, Daddy. Remember that Pyle I told you about, remember? Well, I killed him. Run him through. Well, we was having this bayonet exercise, and I killed him. Does that make you happy? Well, what do you mean you don't believe me? Well, I did, though. I killed him. Well, I don't know how I can prove it.
Hello? Mr. Everstall? This here's Gomer Pyle. It's true, sir. Your son, he killed me. He run me right through with bayonet. And this bayonet
And a reputation to protect. She remembers, Jennifer whispered, leaning over a client's head. She called me and said, she did, but you can't say anything. That man is fine as wine. Angela is happy with Marcus, Leslie insisted. Not lately, Jennifer countered. That whole mess with Sabrina Murphy? That's World War III. And now she's bringing in this hunk of a man to knock down her walls? Literally? The tension reached a boiling point when Angela finally emerged. She walked past Tariq as if he were a piece of furniture, though her eyes lingered just a second too long on his shoulders. How's the expansion going? She asked, her voice clipped. Great, Tariq said, stepping into her personal space. But we ran into a problem. We need a column over here. A column? Why? Because it's a load-bearing wall. Angela, Tariq said, his voice dropping an octave. Jennifer snorted from across the room. I'd love for you to carry my heavy load, honey. Angela glared at her friend. Tariq, just do your job. I'll pay you, and then you can be on your way. No reminiscing, no talking about college, and definitely no talking about parents. Tariq smiled. No problem. But I got to say, that was one of the best nights of my life. It was 14 years ago, Angela, he said. I know, Tariq said, turning back to his blueprints. But some things you just don't forget. The drama was interrupted by the arrival of MJ, who had been sent home early from school feeling under the weather. As he sat in the salon chair, coughing slightly, Tariq walked over. What's wrong with you, man? Tariq asked the boy. Trouble breathing sometimes, MJ wheezed. Tariq frowned. Me too. I used to be that way when I was a kid. Grew out of it though. Angela froze, her heart skipping a beat. You did? MJ asked. Yeah, Tariq said. Doctor said I had a whooping cough when I was young and poor circulation, especially in my left leg. Angela's hands began to shake. MJ had had a whooping cough. MJ had poor circulation in his left leg. She looked at Tariq, then at MJ, then back at Tariq. How old are you, son? Tariq asked. 13, MJ said. Tariq nodded, seemingly oblivious to the grenade he'd just unpinned. You look just like my mom. Same eyes. He walked back to his work, leaving Angela standing in a pile of metaphorical rubble. 13 years ago. 14 years ago. The math was dangerously close. The physical similarities were becoming impossible to ignore. Jennifer, Angela whispered, grabbing her friend's arm. I need a drink. Or a priest. Or a lawyer. Maybe all three. Chapter 3. The Peaches' Paranoia. While Angela was dealing with the ghosts of her past, Marcus was dealing with the reality of his present. At the C Sports Now studio, he was trying to focus on his broadcast, but his mind was on the letter he'd just received. Sabrina Murphy had written to him. She had confessed. She'd been put up to the whole secret baby scheme by a disgruntled former friend. She'd even met with Angela and told her the truth. She told Angela? Marcus asked his business partner, Richard. And Angela didn't tell me? She just sat there and told me she trusted me while knowing I was innocent the whole time? Women, man, Richard said, shaking his head. They like to keep the upper hand. If she tells you she knows you're innocent, she loses the right to be mad about the car you haven't replaced yet. I'm gonna make a point, Marcus said, his jaw tightening. That evening, the air in the Williams house was thick with anticipation. Marcus had set the stage. He'd prepared a romantic dinner, but he had a sting in the tail. Baby, Angela said, walking in and seeing the candles. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I'm sorry I burned up your car and your clothes. I'll never touch your stuff again, I promise. Marcus looked at her, his expression unreadable. Baby, it's me who should be sorry, because I got to tell you. I lied. Angela's face dropped. What? I did sleep with her, Marcus said, leaning in. And that's my baby. The silence that followed was so profound you could hear the neighbor's television. Then, the explosion. Have you lost your damn mind? Angela screamed, reaching for the nearest heavy object. You think you're gonna come in here and tell me that? I don't care what I just said. I'll kill you. She lunged at him, and Marcus had to scramble over the sofa to avoid a flying vase. Whoa, 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 he yelled. Angela. Angela stopped mid-lunge. A lamp held over her head. You knew? You said you trusted me, Angela, Marcus said, his voice dropping. But you went behind my back. That's not trust. Angela slowly lowered the lamp. The fire in her eyes died down, replaced by a deep, hollow guilt. I'm sorry, Marcus. I had to know. I know, Marcus said. But let's stop the games. No more burning cars. No more lying about trust. But as they hugged, the real crisis of the evening arrived in the form of a small, hand-rolled cigarette found in the hallway outside MJ's room. What is this? Angela whispered, her eyes widening. Marcus sniffed it. It's a joint, Angela. Angela's reaction was instantaneous and hysterical. MJ? Doing drugs? Oh, God, Marcus! I refused to have a crackhead as a child. I didn't raise my baby to be a crackhead. It's weed, Angela, not crack, Marcus said, trying to be the voice of reason. It's a gateway drug, she wailed. Next thing you know, he'll be doing anything for a rock. Living on the street corner with no teeth. Just like my Uncle Harold. They call him Peaches now. I don't want my son to be called Peaches. The paranoia escalated as they waited for MJ to come home. Angela spent the afternoon at the library, returning with a stack of books titled, Is There Crack in Your Family Foundation? And When Junior Just Won't Say No. When MJ finally walked through the door, he was greeted by a mother who looked like she'd been through a hurricane. Hi, yo, MJ said cheerfully. Daddy, I was flying high as a kite today. Angela gasped, clutching her chest. He's high. He's about to turn into Peaches. I got an A on my test, MJ clarified, looking confused. Marcus held up the joint. MJ, do you know what this is? MJ's face went pale. That's a joint. What are you doing with that in your hand, Dad? You smoking? It was in the hallway, son, Marcus said sternly. Tell us where it came from. It's not mine, MJ insisted. Don't lie to us, Angela screamed. Go to your room. Don't come back down until you're ready to tell the truth. As MJ stomped upstairs, muttering about Negro spirituals and child welfare services, a quiet voice spoke from the kitchen. It was Miss V, the longtime housekeeper and the glue that held the family together. She walked into the living room, her face weary but resolute. "It's mine," she said simply. The room went silent. "Miss V?" Angela asked, her voice trembling. You're smoking weed?" "The doctor prescribed it for me," Miss V said, sitting down heavily. "I've been taking chemotherapy. I have a little cancer." The air left the room. Angela's peaches hysteria vanished instantly, replaced by a crushing wave of love and sorrow. She ran to Miss V, kneeling at her feet. "Miss V, no. Why didn't you tell us?" "I didn't want a fuss," Miss V said, stroking Angela's hair. "The marijuana, it calms my stomach after the treatments. MJ found it and tried to hide it for me. He's a good boy. He was protecting me." Marcus stood over them, his eyes moist. "We're family, Miss V. We're here for you. No more working like a mule. You rest." "I'm not dead yet, Marcus," she snapped with a weak smile. "Now, get me some tea." And Angela. Chapter 4. The dinner party from hell. A few weeks later. The tension had shifted from drugs to matchmaking. Angela, feeling a surge of maternal, sisterly instinct, decided that Jennifer was too lonely and needed to be fixed up. "She's going back to Tommy's dad," Angela complained to Leslie. "That man is awful. He doesn't pay child support. He doesn't see his son. We need to find her a real man." Marcus and his friend Joseph were tasked with finding candidates. The result was a dinner party that would eventually be studied by sociologists as a textbook example of social disaster. The guests included Billy, a police officer, and Scotty, a high school football coach. They were fit, successful, and as it turned out, incredibly shallow. Jennifer arrived, looking beautiful but defensive. She knew Angela's dinner parties always had a hidden agenda. "So, Scotty," Angela said, leaning in. "Jennifer works with me. She's a strong, outspoken woman." "You mean loud," Jennifer whispered. "And Scotty, you're a coach. You must love a woman with..." The evening took a nosedive when the men retreated to the kitchen, unaware that the walls were once again very thin. "I hope you're not trying to hook me up with that sister," Scotty whispered to Bill. "It would take both of us to hit that." "Right," Bill laughed. "You told us we were gonna meet some nice chicks, Marcus. You didn't say nothing about a 2-for-1. In the dining room, Jennifer's face hardened. She stood up, walked into the kitchen, and stared the two men down with the intensity of a diamond cutter. "Let me tell you fools something," she said, her voice low and dangerous. "You'd be lucky to have a chick like me, because I hold my man down. Something goes wrong, I handle it. So you know what? You can go to hell with your bitch asses." She turned to Angela, her eyes filling with tears. "Angie, I don't need your help. I know I'm overweight. I know I'm lonely. But I'm not desperate enough for this." She walked out, leaving the dinner party in ruins. "I was just trying to help," she sobbed. "Sometimes, baby," Marcus said, putting an arm around her. "The best way to help is to just be a friend and listen." Chapter 5. The Gay Husband Gambit. As the expansion of the salon neared completion, another old flame entered the picture. Nick, a friend from college, arrived in town. He was handsome, charming, and according to Angela's long-standing lie to Marcus, completely gay. "He's my gay husband," Angela told Marcus as she prepared for a night out with Nick. "We're just gonna go dancing, maybe some shopping. You know how Nick is." Marcus, however, had been tipped off by Joseph and Richard. "Nick Boland?" Richard had said at the studio. "Man, that guy was a player in college. He tried to hit everything that moved." "Angela told me he was gay," Marcus said, his eyes narrowing. "She told you that so she could hang out with him without you getting jealous." Joseph laughed. "We all knew he was straight." When Angela and Nick returned from their night out, they found Marcus waiting in the living room, a bottle of water in his hand and a trap ready to be sprung. "So, how was the gay husband night?" Marcus asked, his voice dripping with sarcasm. "Great," Angela said, oblivious. "We had a ball, didn't we, Nick?" Tons of fun, Nick agreed. You know Nick, Marcus said, leaning forward. I have a friend I'd like to introduce you to. Big Frank. He's a security guard at the studio. He's gay and looking for a friend. He's 6'8", huge, and he loves to cuddle and spoon. Nick's smile faltered. Oh. Marcus. I don't think. He's on his way over, Marcus said, checking his watch. He just had his back and legs waxed. He's very excited to meet you. Nick looked at Angela, then at Marcus. The pressure was mounting. Marcus, look, man. I'm straight. Angela gasped. Nick, how could you? Oh, stop it, Angela, Marcus said. I know the truth. I've known for years that you've been lying about him being gay, just so you could have a male friend I wouldn't worry about. Angela looked at the floor, the guilt returning. I like Nick's company, and I knew you'd be weird about it. Men and women can be friends, Angela, Marcus said. But not when that friendship is built on a lie. And Nick, if you ever spoon with my wife, Big Frank is going to be the least of your problems. Nick took the hint and made a hasty exit. Chapter 6. For better or worse. The chaos reached its crescendo with the news of a double marriage, or a lack thereof. Richard, the cynical business partner, had fallen head over heels for Keisha, Marcus's ex-wife. It was a match made in a very complicated heaven. We're getting married, Keisha announced at the studio, flashing a massive diamond ring. Right now, we're going to the judge. Right now? Marcus asked, stunned. Richard, have you thought about a prenup? A prenup is a setup for failure, Keisha snapped. I love her. Marcus, Richard said, looking like a man who had lost his mind but was enjoying the ride. As they rushed off to get hitched, Joseph looked at his longtime partner, Leslie. He saw the ring in his bag, the one he'd been planning to give her, and he felt the weight of it. Leslie, he said, taking her hand. Let's do it. Let's get married. Leslie looked at him, then at the ring, then back at him. No. No? Joseph asked, his heart sinking. Why? Because what we have works, Joseph, Leslie said. They're rushing into it because they're insecure. We aren't. The argument escalated, touching on commitment, freedom, and unwisely Joseph's observation about that time of the month. Did you just bring up my cycle? Leslie screamed. You are definitely not ready to get married. As the friends gathered at the salon a few days later, the dust had begun to settle. Richard and Keisha were technically married. Joseph and Leslie were technically confused. And Marcus and Angela were. Marcus and Angela, they sat in the newly expanded salon. The load-bearing wall, now replaced by a beautiful strong column that Tariq had installed with professional precision. You know, Angela said, leaning her head on Marcus's shoulder. And Barry White, Marcus added. It's been a mess, Angela agreed. But I guess that's what the worst part of for better or worse looks like. As long as we're still standing, Marcus said, kissing her forehead. I'll take the mess. From the back of the salon, MJ's voice rang out, dropping into that familiar, deep rumble. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Baby. Angela laughed, the sound bright and clear. That's it. We're moving to a house with thicker walls. Believe that, Marcus said. The storm had passed. For now. The end. For better, for worse, and for the love of Larry White. Chapter 1. The walls have ears and great taste in soul. The Williams household was built on two things: love and surprisingly thin drywall. In the kitchen, MJ sat over a plate of cooling eggs, his ears perked toward the ceiling. He was 13, an age where one starts to understand the subtext of a quiet night in, and he was currently deciphering the acoustic vibrations coming from his parents' bedroom. See, I didn't want to hear it, but I kinda wanted to hear it, MJ muttered to himself, poking at a piece of bacon. His grandmother, Miss V, hovered nearby, eyes narrowing. I was trying not to, Miss V, MJ protested. But I know the signs. If I hear him coming down, smiling and happy, singing Larry White songs, then I know exactly what happened. Miss V paused, her spatula midair. Who is Larry White? MJ rolled his eyes, as if the answer were obvious. You know, the old fat dude with the real deep voice. I love you, baby. I love you, baby, baby. It's Barry White, you ignorant child, Miss V snapped, though a ghost of a smile touched her lips. And if you keep talking in that deep voice, you're gonna bust a spleen. Finish your breakfast. The heavy tread of footsteps announced the arrival of Marcus Williams. He did not look like a man who had been singing Barry White. He looked like a man who had been sleeping on the edge of a metaphorical cliff. How was your night, Dad? MJ asked, his voice dripping with tactical innocence. Good, Marcus grunted, reached for the coffee. Ready for your big test? Yeah, sure. Where's Mom? She's coming down. Slept late. MJ's eyes lit up. Slept late? That's a good sign. It means y'all could have had a good night. I mean, at least you're sleeping in the same room. Did Mom make up with you? Marcus sighed, a sound that carried the weight of 1,000 arguments. Well, son, look, that's a no. MJ deflated. So I was kinda hoping you did, but I was hoping I didn't hear it. But I did want to hear it, but I didn't want to hear it, 'cause if y'all doing it, then I'ma hear it. Marcus blinked, trying to follow the logic. Do what? Why don't you make it up? What are you talking about? I told you these walls were thin, Dad, MJ whispered urgently. When that Teddy Pendergrass gets to playing, I know what's happening. It's Teddy Pendergrass, Marcus corrected, his patience fraying. Him too. But see, then you come downstairs smiling and giggling, and Mama comes right behind you and she's all he, and you're all hoo. And together y'all, just a hing. Marcus stared at his son. The bus is here, MJ. Go to school before I hing you into next week. As MJ scrambled out the door, Angela Williams descended the stairs. She was a hurricane in a silk robe. She didn't walk. She made an entrance. She and Marcus had been embroiled in a scandal involving a woman named Sabrina Murphy, who claimed Marcus was the father of her child. Angela had responded with the measured grace of a tactical nuke. She had burned his clothes, his jewelry, and most significantly, his car. Good morning, babe, Marcus said, testing the air for lingering smoke. Angela looked at him, her expression unreadable. Baby, I've been doing a lot of thinking all night long. That explains all that smoke, Marcus muttered. I've decided to trust you, Angela said, her voice softening. I believe you didn't sleep with this woman, and I'm gonna let it go. Marcus felt a weight lift. Baby, you serious? Do you know how long I've been waiting to hear you say that? Thank you. He moved to embrace her. If I didn't have to go to work, I'd go up those stairs and soundproof that room right now. We'd be up there 3 times. Oh, Angela giggled. That's how we made MJ. See you tonight, babe. Marcus left for the studio, feeling like a king. Angela, however, immediately turned to the kitchen counter. Her trust was of the verify variety. She needed Sabrina Murphy's address. She wasn't letting anything go until she saw the truth with her own 2 eyes and perhaps a pair of brass knuckles. Chapter 2. The Contractor and the One-Night Stand. While Marcus was busy being a sports anchor, Angela was busy expanding her empire, Lady Andy's salon. The expansion was necessary, but it came with a complication named Tariq. Tariq was the contractor. He was handsome, professional, and had the unfortunate distinction of being a man. Angela had a one-night stand with 14 years ago in college. The problem? Angela claimed she didn't remember him. Or rather, she insisted she didn't remember him. Leslie. Angela whispered to her friend and business partner as they watched Tariq measure a wall. Is he gonna be here every day? Unfortunately, yes, Leslie replied. Tariq looked hurt. I understand that, but it was 14 years ago. I can't believe she doesn't even remember me. I would never forget you, Daddy. Don't call her Daddy, Leslie hissed. She's a happily married woman. I'll keep it professional, Tariq promised, though his eyes lingered on Angela a bit too long. Jennifer, the salon's resident truth-teller and professional hater, leaned in. You know, how does Angela not remember him? That man is fine. Her mother must have been something special to produce that. She remembers, Leslie whispered back. She called me and said she did, but you can't say anything to Marcus. Angela's happy with Marcus. Not lately, Jennifer snorted. Lately, it's World War III over that Sabrina Murphy mess. Marcus is spending all this money to expand this salon just to keep her from setting his other car on fire. Just then, Angela walked over, her face a mask of faux serenity. I told Marcus I trust him, she announced. Jennifer laughed until she nearly choked on her gum. It don't work like that. It would take a priest, an exorcist, and a pardon from the president for you to let this go. You're too quick. I'm not buying it. Angela leaned in. I got the address, Jennifer. I'm going to Sabrina Murphy's house today. I gotta put this to bed. I knew it, Jennifer shouted. Wait for me. I'm getting my Vaseline, because there's gonna be some hair pulling today. Chapter 3. The Letter and the Logic. Over at the C Sports Now studio, Marcus was celebrating his newfound freedom from the doghouse. He was joined by Joseph, the cool-headed businessman, and Richard, who had committed the ultimate social sin of dating Marcus's ex-wife, Keisha. Angela says she forgives me, Marcus bragged. No more drama. That's what I'm talking about, Joseph said. Todd, the studio's bumbling assistant, ran in clutching a letter. No mail, but this letter just got dropped off for you from a Sabrina Murphy. Marcus froze. I'm not reading that. I'm paperless. I'm doing the green thing. Marcus. Just read it, Richard urged. Marcus tore it open. As he read, his face changed from fear to bewilderment to triumph. Dear Marcus, I am so sorry for all the problems I caused you. Your wife came to see me this morning. I told her the truth. I told her that you and I never met. We were never together. I don't even have a kid. I was put up to this by someone I am no longer friends with. See, Marcus shouted. I was telling the truth. She doesn't even have a kid. But his triumph was short-lived. A dark realization settled over him. She looked me in my eyes, told me she believed me, and then went behind my back to investigate. True, Richard said. But Marcus, you've been through a lot of drama. I intend to, Marcus said, a devious glint in his eye. But only after I've made my point. Chapter 4. The Reverse. Psychology Prank. Kana, bora, golly. Kana, 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 golly. Later that night, the Williams home was quiet. Marcus was waiting. Angela walked in, looking guilty, though she tried to hide it, with an over-the-top display of affection. Hey, babe, how was your day? She chirped. It was good, Marcus said calmly. Anything exciting happen? Same old, same old. Marcus leaned back. You know, baby, I've been thinking. I'm so glad you trust me, because I have something to tell you. Angela froze. What? I lied, Marcus said, his face dead serious. I did sleep with her, and that's my baby. The DNA test came back today. We need to figure out how to deal with all this. I told her to lie to you if you ever showed up at her house, but I just can't live with the guilt. The transformation in Angela was instantaneous. The peaceful wife vanished, replaced by a banshee. Have you lost your damn mind? She screamed, lunging for him. Marcus started laughing. He laughed so hard he nearly fell off the sofa. Angela, stop! Get off me! I got a letter from Sabrina today. She told me you came over. You said you trusted me, but you went to her house. Angela stopped mid-swing. You were joking? I was making a point. You don't trust me. I'm sorry, Angela wailed, throwing herself onto him. I'm sorry I burned your car. I'm sorry I burned your clothes. I'll never fly off the handle again. I promise. You better not, Marcus said, gasping for air. Because next time, I might actually have a kid. Chapter 5. The Green Scandal. Just as things were settling down, a new crisis emerged. Drugs. Specifically, a perfectly rolled joint found in the hallway outside MJ's room. Angela was in full intervention mode. She had been to the library and bought every book with a title like Is There Crack in Your Family Foundation? And Junior Just Won't Say No. I refused to have a crackhead as a child. Angela screamed at Marcus. All that money we spent on his braces. He's gonna be on the street corner with no teeth, scratching himself and calling himself Peaches. Angela, it's one joint, Marcus said, though he was worried too. And it's weed, not crack. It doesn't make your teeth fall out. It's a gateway drug. Next thing you know, he's doing anything for a rock, just like my Uncle Harold. They call him Peaches now. When MJ came home, he was greeted by a mother who looked like she was the one on drugs. MJ, Daddy, what's cracking? The boy said, oblivious. What's cracking? Angela shrieked. You tell me what's cracking, Peaches. Son, Marcus said, holding up the joint. Do you know what this is? MJ stared at it. That's a joint. Why is it in our hallway? It's not mine, MJ protested. Don't lie to me, Marcus yelled. Go to your room. Don't come back down until you're ready to tell the truth. Down. MJ fled upstairs, but he wasn't alone. Miss V was in the kitchen, looking unusually relaxed. MJ cornered her. Miss V, I know what weed smells like, MJ whispered. Are you smoking weed? The doctor prescribed it for me. Miss V admitted calmly. I have a little cancer, boy. The chemo makes me nauseous, and the marijuana calms my stomach. MJ's eyes went wide. Miss V, you gotta tell them. They think it's mine. They're gonna call me Peaches. I don't want them to know, Miss V said. I don't want a fuss, but they're gonna kill me. I don't want to be in a toddler casket. Finally, Miss V marched into the living room. It's mine, she announced to Marcus and Angela. I'm grown. Get out of my kitchen. The room went silent. The anger vanished, replaced by a crushing wave of sympathy as Miss V explained her diagnosis. Angela wept, Marcus hugged her, and MJ stood on the stairs, waiting for his apology. I will accept my apology in the form of cash, check, or a Bentley, MJ said. You're gonna receive a payment in the form of an ass whooping if you don't get back upstairs, Angela sobbed. Chapter 6. The Gay Husband Gambit. Life at the salon was never boring, especially when Jennifer was around. Jennifer was currently dating Tommy's dad, a man who was, by all accounts, a bitch-ass dude. We gotta fix her up, Angela told Leslie. We need a man who likes a woman who is outspoken. You mean loud, Leslie corrected. Tough, ghetto, stubborn. They decided to ask the guys to bring some single friends to a dinner party. It was a disaster from the start. Richard brought Keisha, who wasn't invited. And Marcus brought two guys who were, unfortunately, shallow. I hope you're not trying to hook me up with that sister, one of the guys whispered to Marcus in the kitchen. It would take both of us to hit that. Jennifer, who had the hearing of a bat, emerged from the shadows. You can go to hell with your bitch-ass selves. She marched out, but not before demanding a to-go plate for the next day. To make matters worse, an old friend of Angela's named Nick showed up. Nick was handsome, charming, and a player from their college days. To keep Marcus from getting jealous, Angela had told him years ago that Nick was gay. He's my gay husband, Angela told the girls. But Marcus, thanks to a slip-up from Joseph and Richard, finally learned the truth. Nick was straight as an arrow. Marcus decided to play along. At dinner, he introduced Nick to Big Frank, a 6'8" security guard from the studio. Big Frank is gay and looking for a friend, Marcus said with a grin. And he loves to cuddle and spoon. He just got his back and legs waxed. Nick looked terrified. Oh, Marcus, man, I'm straight. What? Marcus feigned shock. You're not gay? Angela, I'm so surprised. The ruse was up. Angela apologized. Nick admitted he used to want her in college. And Marcus proved his point. Men and women can be friends, but only if they stop lying about who wants to sleep with whom. Chapter 7. The Proposal Paradox. The final act of the drama centered on Joseph and Leslie. Joseph wanted to propose. He had bought a $57,000 ring, but Leslie was having second thoughts not about Joseph, but about marriage itself. I like the freedom, Leslie told Angela. We live together. We do everything married people do. Why change it? Because you're living in sin. Tina, the salon's sassy receptionist, shouted from the corner. When Joseph finally worked up the courage to propose, Leslie panicked. She started talking about how tired she was, how her weary soul needed rest. Babe, Joseph said, confused. I haven't even asked you yet. I know, and don't, because if you ask, and I say no, it's gonna be embarrassing. The tension came to a head at the studio. Richard and Keisha had decided to get married at the courthouse that very afternoon. Look at my ring, Keisha bragged, showing off the diamond Joseph had helped Richard pick out. Leslie saw the ring and thought it was for her. When she realized it was for Keisha, she crashed and burned. So you don't want to marry me? She demanded of Joseph. Leslie, you said no. Joseph cried. I'm so confused. I'm confused too. Joseph looked at his watch. What's the date? Is it that time of the month? You're always a little sensitive when... Do not finish that sentence. Angela, Leslie, and Jennifer shouted in unison. Marcus pulled Joseph aside. Man, law number 1, bro. Never bring up the cycle. Just nod and agree until it passes. As the group stood in the middle of the salon, arguing, laughing, and navigating the treacherous waters of relationships, one thing was clear. Whether they were married, single, or it's complicated, they were all stuck together. For better, for worse. And definitely for the love of Larry No. Barry White. Thin Walls and Thick-Skulled Men. Chapter 1. The Barry White Incident. The walls of the Williams household were not just thin, they were practically gossamer. To MJ, the 13-year-old son of Marcus and Angela, they were less like structural supports and more like high-fidelity acoustic diaphragms designed specifically to ruin his childhood. I didn't want to hear it, but I kinda wanted to hear it. MJ muttered to himself as he poked at a cooling pile of scrambled eggs. Across the table, Miss V, the family's sharp-tongued, no-nonsense housekeeper, raised an eyebrow. You shouldn't have been listening, boy. Privacy is a luxury you lose when you live in a house built by contractors who clearly hated families. I was trying not to. MJ protested, his voice cracking with the indignity of adolescence. But I know if I hear it, they're gonna come down smiling and happy, singing Larry White songs. Miss V paused, her fork halfway to her mouth. Who in the name of the good Lord is Larry White? You know, MJ said, deepening his voice into a comedic, gravelly rumble, old fat dude with the real deep voice. I love you, baby. I love you, baby, baby. Miss V burst into a cackle that sounded like a bag of gravel in a dryer. Larry White? Boy, if you don't get out of here with that. It's Barry White. Larry White probably works at the DMV. You're gonna have to get another kid if you think you can talk that low. The heavy footsteps of Marcus Williams thudded on the stairs. He appeared in the kitchen doorway, looking less like a man who had spent the night singing soul ballads and more like a man who had been through a car wash without the car. He wasn't smiling. Uh-oh, MJ whispered to Miss V. He ain't smiling. You know what that means. No, Larry. I mean, Barry White last night. Hi, Dad, MJ said aloud, trying to sound innocent. How was your night? Good, Marcus grunted, grabbing a mug of coffee as if it were a weapon. You ready for your big test? Yeah, sure. Where's Mom? She's coming down. Slept late. MJ's eyes lit up. Slept late? That's a good sign. Maybe you two, you know, finally made up? Marcus sighed, a long, weary sound that echoed through the kitchen. Well, son, look, that's a no. We are in the same room. There's a cold front moving through that bed that would freeze a polar bear's toes. MJ groaned. I was hoping you did, but then I was hoping I didn't hear it. But I did want to hear it, but I didn't want to hear it, because if y'all doing it, then I'ma hear it. Do what? Marcus asked, genuinely confused for a split second before the realization hit him like a freight train. MJ, what are you talking about? I told you these walls were thin. Dad. When that Teddy Pendergrass or Terry Pendergrass, whatever starts playing, I know the vibe. And then you come downstairs giggling like a schoolgirl, and Mom comes behind you going hing hing hing, and I'm just sitting here trying to eat my cereal in peace. The bus is here! Miss V shouted, mercifully cutting off the most awkward conversation in the history of the suburb. Get out, boy, and take your lunch. As MJ scrambled out, Angela Williams swept into the room. She was a force of nature, beautiful, fierce, and currently carrying the weight of 1,000 suspicions. The Sabrina Murphy incident was still a gaping wound in their marriage. A woman had claimed Marcus was the father of her child, and Angela, in a fit of classic Angela-esque rage, had already liquidated his wardrobe and turned his car into a charred husk. "Good morning, Marcus," she said, her voice surprisingly soft. "Morning, babe," Marcus replied, cautiously. "I've been doing a lot of thinking all night long," she started. "That explains all the smoke I smelled coming from your brain," Marcus quipped. Angela ignored the jab. "I've decided to trust you. I believe you did not sleep with this woman, and I'm gonna let it go." Marcus nearly dropped his coffee. "Baby, you serious? Do you know how long I've been waiting for those words? Thank you. If I didn't have to go to work, I'd soundproof the room right now and show you exactly how much I appreciate that trust." They shared a brief, tender moment. But as Marcus headed out, Angela's face shifted. The soft glow of reconciliation was replaced by the cold, hard steel of a woman who was definitely not letting it go. "Trust, but verify," she whispered to the empty kitchen. "I need that Sabrina Murphy's address. It's time for a field trip." Chapter 2. The Expansion and the Ghost of College Past. At Lady Andy's, Angela's salon, the air was thick with the scent of hairspray, gossip, and sawdust. The business was expanding, which meant contractors were everywhere, making noise and looking far too attractive for Angela's comfort. Jennifer, Angela's best friend and the salon's resident firebrand, was already mid-argument with a delivery man when Angela walked in. "I told you, we don't want the cheap rollers. We want the ones that don't melt under a hairdryer," Jennifer yelled. She turned to Angela. "Girl, tell me you didn't really forgive Marcus." "I told him I did," Angela said, checking her reflection. "But I'm going to Sabrina Murphy's house today. I need to see this baby for myself." "I knew it," Jennifer shouted, clapping her hands. "No fighting." Leslie, the more level-headed of the group, intervened. "Angela, you promised you were changing. Don't go over there looking for a brawl." "I'm not looking for a brawl," Angela insisted. "I'm looking for the truth." The door to the back office swung open, and Tariq, the head contractor, stepped out. He was tall, muscular, and wore a tool belt like it was a piece of high fashion. "Angela," Tariq said, his voice a smooth baritone, "we need to talk about the load-bearing wall." Angela stiffened. She had been avoiding Tariq for a week, not because of the construction, but because Tariq looked hauntedly familiar. "Just do the job, Tariq," Angela said, refusing to look him in the eye. Tariq smirked. "You really don't remember me, do you? College? 14 years ago? That one-night stand? In the back of a Chevy Blazer?" The salon went dead silent. Jennifer's jaw hit the floor. "I would never forget you, Daddy," Tariq added, with a wink. "I am a happily married woman," Angela hissed, her face turning a shade of red that rivaled the salon's new accent wall. "Keep it professional or you're fired." Tariq chuckled and walked back to his crew. Jennifer leaned in close to Angela. "Girl, if you don't remember a man who looks like that, you were either way too wild in college or you need to see a neurologist. That man is fine, with a capital F. It was a long time ago," Angela yelled. "Well, you found a whole lot of man," Jennifer giggled. "But wait. MJ is 13. Tariq said 14 years ago. Angela, do the math." Angela's heart skipped a beat. She looked at MJ, who had just walked in after school, and then looked back at the door Tariq had just disappeared through. MJ was tall. Tariq was tall. MJ had a specific way of tilting his head. Tariq just did the exact same thing. "Oh, Lord," Angela whispered. "I need a drink. Or a DNA kit. Possibly both." Chapter 3. The Sabrina Murphy Showdown. While the DNA panic simmered in the back of her mind, Angela had a more pressing mission. She drove to the address she'd squeezed out of a source and parked her car. Or rather, the rental car, since Marcus's car, was now a metal skeleton in front of a modest duplex. She marched to the door and pounded on it. A woman answered. She looked tired, messy, and absolutely nothing like the femme fatale Angela had pictured. "Are you Sabrina Murphy?" Angela demanded. "Yes." "Who are you?" "I'm Angela Williams, Marcus Williams' wife." Sabrina's face went pale. "Oh, you. Yeah, me. Where's the baby, Sabrina? Show me the little Marcos clone you've been using to ruin my life." Sabrina sighed and stepped aside. "There is no baby, Angela." Angela paused, her fist already balled up for a potential hair-pulling session. "What? I don't have a kid. I've never even met Marcus Williams. Not in person, anyway." Angela felt the world tilt. Then, why the calls? Why the drama? Why did I burn a perfectly good Lexus? I was put up to it, Sabrina admitted, looking ashamed. A friend of mine, well, an ex-friend now, she wanted to get back at Marcus for some business deal gone wrong. She paid me to fake the whole thing. I sent those letters, made those calls. But seeing how much trouble it caused, I couldn't keep doing it. I sent Marcus an apology letter this morning. Angela sat down on Sabrina's porch steps, her head in her hands. Marcus was innocent. He had been telling the truth the entire time, and she had responded by incinerating his clothes and melting his jewelry into a medallion that said, "I can't stand your ass." "I am in deep," Angela muttered. "I am in so deep." Chapter 4. The Peaches Incident. Back at the house, the guilt was eating Angela alive. She decided to overcompensate by being the perfect wife. She made breakfast in bed. She didn't yell. She even smiled when Marcus forgot to put the toilet seat down. But the peace was shattered when she found a small, hand-rolled cigarette in the hallway outside MJ's room. "Marcus!" she screamed, her perfect wife persona evaporating instantly. Marcus ran into the hallway, half-shaved. "What? Is the house on fire? Again? Look at this." She held the joint up like it was a live grenade. "I found this outside MJ's door. Our son is a drug kingpin." "Angela, calm down. It's one joint. It might not even be his." "Not his? Who else lives here? Miss V? You think she's back there, rolling Mary Jane between loads of laundry?" Angela's imagination, always a vivid and terrifying place, went into overdrive. "It's a gateway drug, Marcus. Next thing you know, he'll be doing anything for a rock. He'll be living on the street corner, with no teeth, just scratching and scratching. He'll be like my Uncle Harold. They call him Peaches now, because his head is so soft from the drugs. I don't want my baby to be called Peaches." "Hi Nanda, babu, usea busea, pusea, aibu, sea busea, pusea busea, usea, hi minelbu, usea busea, hisea busea, usea busea, usea busea." "Angela, stop. Nobody is calling MJ Peaches." MJ walked in, looking confused. "Why are you guys yelling? And why is Mom crying about fruit? Is this yours?" Angela shoved the joint in his face. MJ looked at it, then at his mother. "Mom, you look like you're on drugs right now." "No, that's not mine. Don't lie to me, Peaches. My name is M.Y. Go to your room," Marcus shouted, trying to maintain some semblance of order. Just then, Miss V walked into the kitchen, looking unusually pale. She saw the joint in Marcus's hand and sighed. "Give me that," she said, snatching it. "Miss V?" Angela gasped. "You're covering for him? Covering for him?" "No," Miss V said firmly. "This is mine." The room went silent. "The doctor prescribed it for me," Miss V continued, her voice softening. "I've been going through chemotherapy. The marijuana. It helps with the nausea. I didn't want to tell y'all because I didn't want to fuss." The anger drained out of Angela, replaced by a wave of crushing shame. "Miss V. Oh, honey, we had no idea. We're so sorry." "I'm fine," Miss V said, regaining her sass. "The doctor says 3 more treatments and I'll be back to my old self. But if I catch either of you calling that boy Peaches again, I'm gonna prescribe you both a slap to the back of the head." Chapter 5. the dinner party from hell. A few nights later, the group gathered for a dinner party at Marcus and Angela's. It was supposed to be a celebration of the salon's expansion, but in this circle, celebration was usually code for catastrophic social disaster. Angela had invited her old college friend, Nick Boland. Nick was handsome, charming, and according to the lie, Angela had told Marcus years ago, very, very gay. Every girl needs a Nick in her life. Angela chirped as she poured wine. Good old Nick. My gay husband. Marcus watched Nick with narrowed eyes. So, Nick, you find any love lately? Any lucky man snatched you up? Nick looked confused. Actually, I haven't found the right girl yet. Marcus smirked. He knew the truth. Leslie and Joseph had already spilled the beans that Nick was as straight as a ruler. Marcus decided to play a little game. Well, Nick, you're in luck, Marcus said, leaning back. I have a friend I'd like to introduce you to. Big Frank. He's a security guard at the studio. He's 6'8", huge, and he loves to cuddle. I told him you were coming over, and he's on his way. Nick's eyes went wide. Wait, Big Frank? Cuddling? Oh yeah, Marcus continued. He just had his back and legs waxed for you. He's very excited. He's only done 2 years in prison, attempted murder of his last lover. But don't worry, he's much calmer now. Angela started coughing on her wine. Marcus! Maybe Frank is too much for Nick. Nonsense, Marcus said. Nick likes strong guys, don't you, Nick? I'm straight, Nick finally yelled, unable to take it anymore. I'm not gay. Angela, tell him. I am shocked, Marcus said, feigning the most sarcastic surprise in history. Angela, you lied to me? You let this player hang around you for years because you thought I wouldn't notice? I just wanted to hang out with my friend, Angela shouted. You're so jealous, Marcus. Men and women can be friends. Not when the friend wanted to hit everything that moved in college, Marcus countered. The argument was interrupted by Jennifer, who slammed her hand on the table. Will you all shut up? I'm trying to eat this gumbo, and your drama is curdling the shrimp. Chapter 6. The DNA swab heist. The Tariq situation was still nagging at Angela. The more she saw Tariq at the salon, the more she saw MJ in him. It was a terrifying possibility. If MJ wasn't Marcus's son, her entire life was a lie. I have to know, Angela whispered to Jennifer in the salon's break room. Jennifer reached into her massive designer purse and pulled out a Ziploc bag full of long cotton swabs. What are those? Angela asked. DNA swabs. My cousin works for a lab. I keep them for emergencies. You never know when you need to check a daddy. Jennifer, why do you have leftovers in the same bag? Hush. They're sterile. Mostly. The plan was simple. Get Tariq's DNA. Get Marcus's DNA. And get MJ's DNA. Jennifer handled Tariq. She walked up to him while he was measuring a doorway and shouted, Hey, Tariq, you got a fly in your mouth. What? Tariq opened his mouth in surprise. Swish. Jennifer expertly swabbed his inner cheek before he could react. What the hell was that? Tariq yelled. Just checking for gingivitis. Honey, professional service, Jennifer shouted, running back to Angela. Next was Marcus. That night, Angela waited until Marcus was snoring, a sound that usually made her want to smother him with a pillow, but tonight it was an opportunity. She crept to the bedside with a swab. Marcus's mouth was wide open. He looked like a beached whale. Angela reached in. Snup. Marcus's eyes flew open. He bolted upright, nearly headbutting her. Angela, what are you doing with a Q-tip in my mouth? I thought I saw a spider. She squeaked. A spider? In my mouth? While I'm sleeping? Are you trying to kill me again? Is this about the Sabrina thing still? No. Go back to sleep, Marcus. The next day, the results were supposed to be rushed by Jennifer's FBI contact, who was actually just a guy named FBI Fred, who worked at a mail sorting facility. Angela sat in the salon, trembling, as Jennifer walked in with an envelope. Okay, Jennifer said, looking grave. I got the word. And? Angela gasped. Tariq? Well, We don't even need the test for him, because he just told me he's been sterile since preschool. Apparently, he was running with a pencil in his pocket. It was a whole unfortunate accident involving a sharp lead point and his future generations. He can't have kids, Angela. Never could. Angela felt a weight lift off her soul so heavy it nearly cracked the floor tiles. So MJ is 100% Marcus's son. The test confirmed it. They share the same annoying husband, gene, and everything. Angela slumped into her chair. I am never, ever going to college again. Chapter 7. For better or worse. Mostly worse. The final drama of the month came down to the two other couples in their circle, Leslie and Joseph, and the perpetually chaotic Richard and Keisha. Richard had done the unthinkable. He had decided to propose to Keisha, Marcus's ex-wife. I'm upgrading her ring, Richard announced at the sports studio. $57,000, no prenup. This is forever. Marcus, Joseph, and Todd, the studio's wisecracking assistant, all stared at him as if he had grown a second head. 57,000? Todd whistled. Man, that's a lot of money for a woman who's gonna leave you with half a sandwich and a lawsuit in 2 years. Todd, shut up, Richard snapped. She's the one. She's a one, Marcus muttered. Richard, man, as your friend, get a prenup. Keisha thinks a prenup is a setup for failure, but a marriage without one is a setup for a bankruptcy attorney's vacation home. But Richard wouldn't listen. He proposed. Keisha said yes. They decided to get married instantly by a judge. Meanwhile, Joseph was trying to figure out why Leslie wouldn't marry him. We live together, we work together, we do everything married people do. Joseph argued as they sat in the Williams' living room. Why won't you just sign the paper? Because I like the freedom, Leslie shouted. I don't want to be tied down to your ball and chain, but you already are. Joseph yelled back. I'm the one who handles the ball. I'm the one who carries the chain. Marcus and Angela watched from the kitchen, sharing a bowl of popcorn. You think they'll make it? Angela asked, leaning her head on Marcus's shoulder. Them? Probably not, Marcus said. Richard and Keisha? Definitely not. Keisha's gonna take that $57,000 ring and pawn it the second things get too sensitive. You know, Angela said, looking at him. I'm sorry about the car, and the clothes, and the jewelry, and the Larry White jokes, Marcus asked. Especially the Barry White jokes. Marcus smiled a real, genuine smile. It's okay, babe. We're for better or worse, right? Though lately, it's been about 90% worse. Hey! Angela swatted his arm. I can always call Sabrina Murphy back. Don't you dare. From upstairs, MJ's voice drifted down through the gossamer walls. I can hear you guys talking about Sabrina again. Can we please just watch a movie? And Dad, if I hear any Teddy Pendergrass tonight, I'm calling Child Protective Services. Marcus and Angela looked at each other and burst into laughter. It, Thin Walls and Thick Secrets, a novel of marriage and mayhem. Chapter 1. The Barry White Incident. The walls of the Williams household were not just thin, they were practically theoretical. Marcus Williams, a man who prided himself on his deep, resonant radio voice, had long suspected that his architectural privacy was a myth, but it wasn't until this particular Tuesday morning that the truth hit him with the force of a gospel choir. Downstairs in the kitchen, MJ was picking at a plate of cold eggs. His ears perked like a radar dish. When Marcus entered, looking slightly more disheveled than usual, the boy didn't even look up. See? I didn't want to hear it, but I kinda wanted to hear it, MJ muttered, shaking his head. Marcus froze, his hand halfway to the coffee pot. You shouldn't have been listening. I was trying not to, Dad. Believe me. But I know if I hear it, y'all gonna come down smiling and happy, singing Larry White songs. Marcus blinked. Who is Larry White? MJ rolled his eyes. The universal sign of teenage superiority. You know, the old fat dude with the real deep voice. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Baby, it's Barry White, son. And for the record, your mother and I were just talking. Talking? Dad, when that Teddy Pendergrass, or Teddy Pendergrass, whatever his name is, starts playing, I know the talking is over and the hing is beginning. Then Mama comes down giggling like she just won the lottery. Marcus sighed. It was hard to maintain authority when your son had an accurate soundtrack of your romantic life. The tension in the house had been thick lately, mostly due to a woman named Sabrina Murphy who claimed Marcus was the father of her child. Angela, a woman whose temper was legendary enough to be studied in meteorological circles, had reacted by incinerating Marcus's designer suits and his car. But this morning, there was a tentative peace, a Barry White peace. "Where's Mom?" Marcus asked. "Slept late," MJ said, a knowing smirk on his face. "Which is a good sign. At least y'all are in the same room again. Did she make up last night?" Marcus looked at his son, seeing the worry hidden beneath the snark. "Son, look, that's a work in progress." Chapter 2. The Salon and the Ghost of College Past. The expansion of Angela's hair salon was supposed to be a milestone of success. Instead, it was becoming a site of psychological warfare. Angela walked into the salon with the stride of a general, her eyes scanning the construction dust. "I told him I trust him," Angela announced to her best friends, Leslie and Jennifer. "I told Marcus I believe he didn't sleep with that woman." Jennifer, who was currently occupied with a blow dryer and a blunt outlook on life, didn't buy it for a second. It don't work like that, Angela. It would take a priest, an exorcist, and a party from the president for you to let this go. You're too quick. I'm not buying the trust brand today. I am trying to change." Angela shouted over the sound of a hammer hitting a nail. "I want to be peaceful. Like Martin Luther King." "Honey," Jennifer countered, "you start off as Martin, but by noon, you're Malcolm X by any means necessary. And right now, your means involve a private investigator's level of stalking." Angela sighed, her secret weighing on her. She did have Sabrina Murphy's address. She was going over there. Peace was a nice concept, but verification was better. However, a new problem arrived in the form of Tariq, the contractor. But when Angela saw him, she turned into a pillar of salt. "Angela's not talking to me?" Tariq asked Leslie, looking confused. "Is she talking through you?" "Tariq, just do the job," Leslie whispered. "I don't get it," Tariq persisted. That was 14 years ago. One night stand in college. "Does she really not remember me?" Angela heard him. She remembered. She remembered far too well. In fact, looking at Tariq, and then thinking about MJ's age, a cold shiver ran down her spine. The thin walls of her life were about to have a very thick secret buried behind them. Chapter 3. The Stakeout. Angela didn't go to the salon to work. She went to Sabrina Murphy's house to hunt. Jennifer and Leslie followed, mostly to ensure that Angela didn't end up on the evening news for assault and battery. "I got to put this to bed," Angela hissed, peering through the window of her car. "I've been through too much with Marcus to not check this out." They watched as a woman, Sabrina, returned home. Angela didn't charge in. Surprisingly, she waited. She spoke to the woman, and the truth, as it turned out, was even weirder than the lie. A few hours later, Marcus was at his sports studio, feeling victorious. Angela had forgiven him. He was a free man. That was, until a letter arrived. "Dear Marcus," he read aloud to his business partners, Joseph and Richard. "I am so sorry for the problems I caused. Your wife came to see me. I told her the truth. We never met. I don't even have a kid. I was put up to this by a friend." The studio went silent. Todd, the perpetually annoying assistant, chimed in. "Man, that is low down. I wonder who that friend could be." Marcus wasn't thinking about the friend. He was thinking about Angela. She had looked him in the eye, told him she trusted him, and then went behind his back to verify. "I'm going to make a point," Marcus muttered, his eyes narrowing. A very loud, very Barry Whiteless point. Chapter 4. The Peaches Incident. Back at home, the tension had shifted from Marcus's infidelity to MJ's alleged delinquency. Angela had found a joint in the hallway. "I refused to have a crackhead as a child," Angela screamed, pacing the living room. Next thing you know, he'll be living on the street corner with no teeth, scratching himself like my Uncle Harold. Uncle Harold? Marcus asked, trying to remain calm. They call him Peaches now, Marcus. Peaches! I don't want MJ to be called Peaches. The drama intensified when MJ came home, flying high on the glory of an hour on a test, which Angela immediately misinterpreted as a drug-induced euphoria. Daddy! What's cracking? MJ chirped. Son, Marcus said gravely, holding up the joint. What is this? MJ's face fell. That's a joint. What are you doing with it? We found it in the hallway, MJ. Don't lie to me. It's not mine. However, the real truth was sitting in the kitchen. Miss V, the beloved housekeeper and grandmother figure, was looking uncharacteristically guilty when MJ snuck downstairs to complain about his toddler casket future. Miss V finally cracked. It's mine, she whispered to MJ. The doctor prescribed it. I've been taking chemotherapy, honey. I have a little cancer. The humor vanished from the room, replaced by a heavy, somber realization. Miss V, the rock of the family, was fighting a battle they knew nothing about. She used the marijuana to handle the nausea. When Marcus and Angela finally learned the truth, the house fell silent. The petty arguments about Larry White and burned clothes seemed insignificant. They gathered around Miss V, the woman who had spent years cleaning their messes and realized they needed to help her through her own. Why didn't you tell us, Miss V? Angela asked, her voice cracking. I didn't want to fuss, Miss V said, regaining some of her sass. I'm not dead. Now, get out of my kitchen and let me finish this laundry. Chapter 5. The Dinner Party from Hell. In an attempt to normalize things, Angela decided to host a dinner party to fix up Jennifer. Jennifer was loud, proud, and tired of the minnow men she usually dated. We need a man for Jennifer, Angela declared. Someone who likes meat on the bones. Someone strong. Joseph and Marcus were tasked with bringing single friends. But the guest list was hijacked. Richard, Marcus's partner, arrived with Keisha, Marcus's ex-wife, and a woman whose presence was like pouring lemon juice on a paper cut. Richard, why is she here? Marcus hissed. She's my girlfriend, Marcus. Get over it. The dinner was a catastrophe. I hope you're not trying to hook me up with that sister, Scotty whispered to Marcus in the kitchen. It would take both of us to hit that. Unfortunately, Jennifer had ears like a hawk. She stormed into the kitchen, her eyes flashing. Let me tell you fools something, Jennifer shouted. You'd be lucky to have a chick like me. I hold my man down. You can go to hell with your bitch asses. She grabbed a chicken wing and stormed out, leaving the fit men speechless. Angela tried to follow, but Jennifer was done. I don't need your help, Angie, Jennifer said outside. I know I'm overweight, I know I'm lonely, but I'd rather be lonely than be with people who look at me like a 2-for-1 special. Chapter 6. The DNA Swap. The Tariq situation continued to haunt Angela. Every time she looked at MJ, she saw a glimmer of Tariq's smile. She became obsessed. She needed a DNA test, but she couldn't ask Marcus, and she couldn't let Tariq know. Jennifer, always the one with the FBI connections, provided a solution. Swabs. Just swab his jaw while he's sleeping, Jennifer advised. At the salon, they managed to trick Tariq into a DNA check under the guise of seeing how many babies he had. Jennifer swiped the inside of his mouth with the stealth of a ninja. Thank you, Angela whispered, clutching the swab. But then Tariq dropped a bombshell. I can't have kids, Jennifer. Unfortunate accident in preschool. A pencil in the pocket, running. It was bad. Angela froze. If Tariq couldn't have kids, then MJ was definitely Marcus's. The relief was so immense, she almost fainted. All that stress, all that suspicion, it was for nothing. Chapter 7. The Gay Husband. The comedy of errors reached its peak when Nick, an old college friend of Angela's, came to town. Nick was handsome, charming, and according to the lie, Angela told Marcus years ago, very gay. He's my gay husband, Angela told Marcus, trying to justify a late-night dinner with Nick. Marcus, however, had been tipped off by Joseph and Richard. He's not gay, Marcus. He was a player in college. He hit on everything that moved. Marcus decided to play a game. When Nick came over for a drink, Marcus acted overly enthusiastic about Nick's preferences. "I have a friend I want to introduce you to," Marcus said, a wicked glint in his eye. "Big Frank, the security guard. He's 6'8", he's huge, and he just got out of prison for attempted murder of his last lover. He loves to cuddle." Nick's face turned several shades of pale. Marcus, I'm straight." "I'm shocked," Marcus shouted. "Angela, are you shocked? Our gay friend is straight." Angela looked at the floor, realizing she had been caught in a lie that had lasted over a decade. "I just knew you wouldn't let me hang out with him if he was straight," she munted. "Men and women can be friends, Angela," Marcus said, his voice dropping an octave. Chapter 8. The Proposal Disaster. The final act of the week's drama centered on Joseph and Leslie. They had been together for years, living in a comfortable what-we-have-works arrangement. But then, Richard bought a ring for Keisha. The sight of the $57,000 ring triggered something in Leslie. Suddenly, the freedom of not being married felt a lot like the insecurity of being ignored. Joseph, sensing the shift, tried to be romantic. But Joseph was a man of logic, and logic is the enemy of romance. "Babe," Joseph said as they sat at home, "your knees bother you all the time. Don't ever bend down on one knee. It's bad for the joints." Leslie stared at him. "Is that your proposal? A medical warning?" "I'm just saying, what we have works. Why ruin it with papers? Richard and Keisha are getting married right now, and look at them, they're crazy. So I'm a ball and chain?" Leslie asked, her voice rising. "I'm a beast you don't want to be tied to?" "No. I'm saying..." "Wait, what's the date?" Joseph asked, looking at his watch. "Why does the date matter?" "I'm just checking. Is it that time of the month? You're always a little more sensitive when..." The silence that followed was louder than any Barry White song. Marcus, watching from the sidelines, whispered to himself, "Mayday, Mayday, he's crashing, he's losing altitude." Epilogue. The thin walls remain. As the sun set on another week of mayhem, the Williams household settled into a weary peace. Miss V was resting, the salon was nearly finished, and MJ was back to making fun of his parents' music choices. Marcus and Angela sat on the porch, the summer air cooling the remnants of their latest argument. "I really did burn your car, didn't I?" Angela asked softly. "And my jewelry," Marcus reminded her. "You melted it into a medallion that said, 'I can't stand your ass.'" Angela laughed. "I was a little intense back then. You're intense now, baby, but you're mine." Inside, the muffled sound of a deep voice began to play. "I love you, baby. I love you, baby, baby." "Is that Barry White?" Marcus asked. "No." Angela smiled, leaning her head on his shoulder. "I think MJ's right. Tonight, it's Larry White." The walls were thin, the secrets were thick, but as long as the music was playing, the Williams family was going to be just fine. For better or worse. Mostly for worse, but always with a laugh. Thin walls and thicker plots. A novel of love, chaos, and low-bearing walls. Chapter 1. The Barry White Dilemma. The walls of the Williams household were not merely structural components. They were gossips. They were thin, porous membranes that filtered the intimate details of Marcus and Angela's marriage directly into the ears of their teenage son, MJ. MJ sat at the breakfast table, poking a piece of soggy French toast, while his father, Marcus, attempted to look like a man who hadn't spent the night on the proverbial edge of the bed. "See, I didn't want to hear it, but I kinda wanted to hear it," MJ remarked, his voice dripping with the weary wisdom of a child who had seen too much. Marcus looked up, a warning light flashing in his eyes. "You shouldn't have been listening." "I was trying not to, Dad," MJ countered, "but I know if I hear it, y'all gonna come down smiling and happy, singing Larry White songs." Marcus paused, his fork mid-air. "Who is Larry White?" "You know," MJ said, imitating a deep, velvet bass, old fat dude with the real D voice. "I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Baby. Baby, it's Barry White, son. And if you're hearing Barry White, it means your mother and I are in a good place. Right now, we are in a Silence of the Lambs place. The tension in the room was thick enough to spread on toast. Angela hadn't come down yet. The reason? A woman named Sabrina Murphy. Or rather, the idea of Sabrina Murphy. Angela was convinced Marcus was stepping out, and her method of conflict resolution usually involved fire. Specifically, the kind of fire that consumed Italian leather car seats and designer suits. How was your night? MJ asked, knowing the answer. Good. Marcus lied. Where's Mom? Slept late. She's coming down. MJ grinned. Slept late? That's a good sign. It means y'all were busy. It means your mother is exhausted from accusing me of crimes I didn't commit, Marcus muttered. Then came the footsteps, heavy, rhythmic, and ominous. Angela descended the stairs, like a queen, ready to sign a death warrant. She didn't look at Marcus. She looked at the coffee pot as if it had personally offended her. Good morning, babe, Marcus ventured. Angela didn't blink. I've been doing a lot of thinking all night long. That explains all the smoke I smelled coming from your brain, Marcus quipped, immediately regretting it. I've decided to trust you, Angela said, her voice eerily calm. I believe you did not sleep with this woman, and I'm gonna let it go. Marcus felt a weight lift, but he knew Angela. You serious? Yeah. If I didn't have to go to work, I would go up those stairs and soundproof the room. But I'd have been on a temporary and awkward 3 times. That's how we made MJ, Marcus laughed, reaching for her. But the peace was fragile. Trust, in this house, was a verify first policy. Chapter 2. The Ghost of College Past. Over at Lady Andy's salon, the air was filled with the scent of peppermint oil and the electric hum of hair clippers. Angela's business was her fortress, but today, the fortress was under construction. Leslie, Angela's best friend and the salon's resident voice, of reason mostly, walked in with a look of pure mischief. Angela, the contractor is here to discuss the expansion. But girl, you need to see this man. Angela rolled her eyes. I don't care about a man, Leslie. I just want my walls moved. Oh, he'll move your walls, all right? Leslie whispered. Enter Tariq. He was 6'2" of solid muscle, carrying a toolbox like it was a scepter. When Angela turned around, her heart didn't just skip a beat. It did a full-on Olympic hurdle. Tariq froze. Angela? Tariq? Wait. Jennifer, the salon's loudest stylist, shouted from the back. Y'all know each other? Angela's face went through 3 shades of crimson. We went to college together. Tariq smiled, a slow, knowing grin. That was 14 years ago. One night stand. I can't believe she doesn't even remember me. I would never forget you, Daddy. Jennifer muttered, fanning herself. I am a happily married woman. Angela snapped, though her eyes were darting toward the exit. I understand that, Tariq said, keeping it professional. I'll keep it to the blueprints. See you Monday. Once he was gone, the salon erupted. 14 years ago? Jennifer asked, doing the math on her fingers. Angela, how old is MJ? 13. Angela whispered, the blood draining from her face. Oh Lord, Leslie gasped. Angela, you told Marcus you were a virgin when you met him. I was. Mostly. It was college. It was a wild night. And Tariq was impactful. Impactful? Jennifer laughed. Girl, MJ looks just like that man. He's got the same jawline, the same height, the same I can build a house shoulders. Shut up, Angela hissed. Marcus is MJ's father. He has to be. He has the same ears. Marcus has small ears, Angela, Leslie pointed out. MJ has big, Tariq-shaped ears. The seeds of a paternity crisis had been planted in the fertile soil of Angela's guilt. Chapter 3. The Sports Studio Showdown. While Angela was spiraling into a DNA-based existential crisis, Marcus was at the C Sports Now studio, dealing with his own brand of drama. His business partner, Richard, had recently started dating Marcus's ex-wife, Keisha. It was a violation of the bro code so severe It should have been punishable by exile. I mean, that's messed up, Todd, the studio assistant, said while sweeping up invisible dust. She's your ex, and they're just flaunting it in your face. Todd, get the mail, Marcus groaned. I'm just saying. Keisha is here every day bringing him lunch. Who brings a man a 3-course meal at work? That's predatory behavior. Richard walked in, looking far too happy for a man who was dating a woman Marcus once described as a hurricane wrapped in a lawsuit. Hey, Marcus. Check out this letter, Richard said, handing him an envelope. It's from Sabrina Murphy. Marcus's heart hammered. He opened it and read aloud. Dear Marcus, I am so sorry for all the problems I caused you. Your wife came to see me this morning, and I told her the truth. I told her we never met. I don't have a kid. And I was put up to this by a friend I'm no longer close with. See? Marcus shouted. I told her. It was a hoax. Wait, Todd chimed in. Who's the friend? I bet it's Keisha. Keisha wouldn't do that, Richard defended. Richard, Keisha would set your hair on fire if she thought it would get her a better seat at a restaurant, Marcus retorted. But look, Angela went to this woman's house after telling me she trusted me. That is not trust. That is a covert operation. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna make a point, Marcus said, a devious glint in his eye. She wants drama? I'll give her a Shakespearean tragedy. Chapter 4. The Counter-Hoax. That evening, Marcus prepared the house for a masterclass in psychological warfare. He set the mood with soft music, wine, and a look of profound sadness. When Angela arrived home, she was already feeling guilty about the Tariq, MJ realization. Hey, baby, she said tentatively. How was work? Great, Marcus said, his voice cracking. Anything exciting happened today? Same old, same old. Angela lit. Well, I have something to tell you, Marcus said, sitting her down. I can't do it anymore. The pain in my heart. It's too much. Angela panicked. Baby, what? I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I'm sorry I burned the car. I'll never touch your stuff again, I promise. No, honey, Marcus said, squeezing out a fake tear. It's me. I lied. I did sleep with her, and that's my baby. The DNA test came back today. Angela's world tilted. What? Yeah. And I told her to lie to you. But I can't live with the lie. We need to figure out how to raise this child together. For 3 seconds, Angela was speechless. Then, the fire starter returned. Have you lost your damn mind? She screamed, lunging for him. You think you can bring a baby into this house? I don't care what I just said about trust. Marcus started laughing. He couldn't help it. Angela, stop. Get off me. Why are you laughing? Because I got a letter from Sabrina today. Marcus yelled, pinning her arms down. She told me you came over there. You lied to me about trusting me, so I lied to you about the baby. Angela froze. You knew? Yeah. We're even now. You don't trust me, and I'm a world-class actor. They collapsed onto the sofa, exhausted by their own toxicity. I really am sorry about the car, Angela whispered. I'm really sorry about the fake baby, Marcus replied. But we have a bigger problem. Miss V is coming over to watch MJ tonight, and she smells like she's been at a Snoop Dogg concert. Chapter 5. The Case of the Medical Marijuana. Miss V, the family's longtime housekeeper and MJ's honorary grandmother, was a woman of God. But she was currently a woman of the green herb. We have a life, we can see her. Earlier that week, Angela had found a perfectly rolled joint in the hallway. Naturally, she assumed MJ was on a fast track to becoming a drug kingpin. Marcus, look, Angela had hissed, holding the joint with a pair of tweezers. Our son is a crackhead. It's weed, Angela. Not crack. It's a gateway drug. Next thing you know, he'll be living on the street corner with no teeth, scratching himself and calling himself Peaches, like my Uncle Harold. They staged an intervention the moment MJ walked in from school. MJ, sit down, Marcus said solemnly. What's up, Dad? I got an A on my test, I'm flying high. Flying high? Angela shrieked. He's admitting it. He's using the lingo. Marcus held up the joint. Is this yours? The MJ looked at it, then at his parents. A joint? In this house? Y'all finally decided to relax? Don't play with me, boy, Marcus shouted. We found this in the hall. It's not mine, MJ insisted. I don't smoke. I go to a private school with rich kids. I know what that stuff smells like, and that ain't even the good stuff. MJ, go to your room, Angela ordered. As MJ stomped upstairs, Miss V shuffled into the kitchen, looking slightly glassy-eyed. Miss V, Angela said, we have a drug problem in this house. I know, Miss V said, sitting down heavily. And I'm the problem. The room went silent. The doctors prescribed it for me. Miss V whispered. I've been taking chemotherapy. I have a little cancer. The anger vanished instantly, replaced by a crushing wave of guilt. Angela moved to Miss V's side. Miss V, why didn't you tell us? I didn't want a fuss. The marijuana. It helps with the nausea. It calms my stomach. I thought I smoked the whole thing, but I must have been so high, I dropped one in the hall. Oh, Miss V, Marcus said, hugging her. We are so sorry. It's all right, Miss V chuckled. But MJ, that boy saw me. He told me he'd keep my secret for a Bentley and a date with Beyoncé. He's definitely your son, Marcus. Angela sighed. He's a blackmailer. Chapter 6, The Paternity Swab Heist. Despite the reconciliation, the Tariq issue remained a ticking time bomb in Angela's brain. Every time she looked at MJ, she saw Tariq's shoulders. Every time she looked at Marcus, she felt like a fraud. I have to know, Angela told Jennifer at the salon. Then get a DNA test, girl, Jennifer said, handing her a box of swabs. My girlfriend works at a lab. She can rush the results. But you gotta get a sample from Tariq and Marcus. How am I supposed to get Tariq's DNA? Leave it to me, Jennifer grinned. Tariq was working on the new column in the salon. Jennifer walked up to him, looking concerned. Tariq, honey, you look a little pale. Open up, let me see your tongue. You might have a deficiency. A deficiency? Tariq asked, confused. Yeah, a not enough sugar deficiency. Open wide. As Tariq opened his mouth, Jennifer swiped a swab across his cheek with the speed of a ninja. There. You're fine. Go back to work. That was weird, Tariq muttered. Now for Marcus, Angela said, clutching the swab. That night, Angela waited until Marcus was snoring a sound that usually required industrial earplugs and crept toward him with the second swab. She gently pried his mouth open. What? What are you doing? Marcus mumbled, half awake. Checking for cavities, Angela whispered. Go back to sleep, my little toothless wonder. She got the sample. 3 days later, the envelope arrived. Angela sat in her office, her hands shaking. She opened the results. Paternity probability. Marcus Williams. 99.9%. Angela burst into tears of relief. But then, she saw a second note in the envelope from the lab. Note: the second sample provided subject B, Tariq, indicates the subject is biologically incapable of fathering children due to a childhood accident involving a pencil and a front pocket. Angela started laughing hysterically. Tariq couldn't have been the father even if he wanted to. All that stress, all that suspicion, for a man who had been disarmed in preschool. Chapter 7, The Dinner Party from Hell. To celebrate their newfound trust, Angela decided to host a dinner party. The goal was to fix up Jennifer, who was currently stuck in a cycle of bad boy relationships with men who didn't own socks. I've invited 2 great guys, Marcus told the group. Bill, a cop, and Scotty, a high school football coach. The guest list also included Richard and Keisha, because Marcus lost a bet, and Joseph and Leslie. Jennifer arrived looking like a neon sign in a tight dress. Where the men at? The dinner started awkwardly. Keisha was critiquing the decor. Richard was trying to hide his excitement about the $1,500 bottle of wine Leslie brought. and the two candidates were staring at Jennifer as if she were a different species. So, Scotty, Jennifer said, leaning in, you like football. I like men who play with balls. We have so much in common. Scotty blinked. I coach teenagers, ma'am. And Bill, Jennifer turned to the cop. You got handcuffs on you? Because I've been a very bad girl. Bill looked at Marcus. Is she serious? In the kitchen, Keisha was whispering to Angela. You're trying to hook her up? Angela, honey, look at her. She's loud. She's robust. These guys work out. They want someone like, well, someone like me. Keisha, if you don't shut your mouth, I will use this $1,500 wine to wash your sins away. Angela hissed. The dinner took a turn for the worse when the men went to the bathroom. MJ, lurking near the hallway, overheard them talking. Man, Bill whispered to Scotty. It would take both of us to hit that. She's a 2-for-1 deal. They laughed. MJ didn't hesitate. He walked right into the dining room. Hey, Jennifer, those dudes in the back just called you a 2-for-1 and said it would take both of them to handle you. The table went silent. Jennifer stood up. She didn't scream. She didn't throw a plate. She just picked up her purse. Let me tell you bitch-ass fools something, Jennifer said, her voice vibrating with power. You'd be lucky to have a woman like me. I hold my man down. I handle my business. And I love all of this that God made. Marcus, I better have a damn to go play tomorrow. I'm out. As she slammed the door, Marcus looked at Bill and Scotty. Get out, now. But the steak. Get out, Angela roared. Chapter 8. The Proposal and the Man-Law. In the aftermath of the dinner, the focus shifted to Joseph and Leslie. They had been living in sin for years, and Joseph decided it was time to make it official. He pulled Marcus aside at the studio. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna propose. You sure?